Oh my gosh, they're like, can't tell for sure, sing us something.
Oh, no, I will not.
It's perfect now. Great, wonderful. So, can you share with us the makeup inspiration today? Why we are matchy matchy?
Oh, yeah, so, I, something that people's it's kind of like a running joke, is that, like, I'm very, emo, and, I love emo music, and I never got out of that emo phase. It's not a phase. So, when you were like, "Hey, how should we dress up together?" I was like, "Well, I don't know. I have I have emo looks," and you're like, "Great, let's do it." So that's why we're here in our emo goth look today. And a little bit more serious note, emo music and like rock and roll and a lot of 90s music really inspired me to play guitar. And actually, one of my favorite bands, which I actually have a tattoo of their album art, was the album that really inspired me to play guitar and to really learn and start playing live. And it's an emo band.
Which band is
It's
this? Share
definitely
and may we see
it's
the tattoo a little
yeah,
longer?
yeah, it's called Scary Kids Scaring Kids. I know, Scary Kids Scaring Kids, but, this album and I it's sorta hard to see, but it's a mask,
Ooh,
and
that's really good.
yeah, so that's on, the cover of, one of their albums, so yeah. So oh,
Wow.
I don't know if you can see. Can you see it? Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
That might
now
be
we can
better.
see the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. And I was gonna grab a picture from your Instagram. I wanted to show them. I should have done this earlier, sorry. But as you're talking, so that was actually wanted what I wanted to ask you about. So for anybody that doesn't know, Coco's also a musician, as she just so quickly, briefly touched upon. So it's the guitar. I want to show them the picture of you. But that is so cool.
Yeah, I started playing guitar, when I got my first guitar at, like, 18, but I didn't really pick it up, until many years later, like, actually really sat down to learn, and I taught myself. I haven't had any no, no formal lessons or anything. I definitely just sort of, picked up what I learned off the internet.
No
So
way.
I started with guitar, and then, there was a local band in LA that needed a bassist, and they were like, "Oh, you play guitar, you can play bass for our band, it'll be easy." And that's sort of how I became a bassist. So when I play live, I in front of, like, people, like, in a venue, I play bass usually. But on stream, I play guitar, and it's very casual on stream. It's just like a acoustic, and I take requests and we do live learns and we have a really good time with it. But yeah, that's actually at TwitchCon, that picture. I got to perform at TwitchCon in San Diego 2 years ago, with CA in LA. So that's me there doing the thing.
Yeah, I thought that was so fantastic that you okay, so you said you taught yourself, right?
Mhm.
And then
Yes.
years later, you're freaking on the stage, a freaking TwitchCon, San Diego playing, and I really wanted to highlight that and show
Oh, thank you.
everybody. Yeah. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not talking about Guitar Hero, you guys.
I love playing music. It's always been a passion of mine, always fueled me, and I never really got the opportunity to learn when I was younger. Um, so it was something that I really forced myself to learn on my own as I got older, and it's been such a rewarding experience. Like, I still have so much to learn, and it's still scary. I still get stage fright and all of that. So it's still a scary thing for me, but it's such a rewarding experience to be able to share a craft with someone, or someone's, in a venue. There's nothing like the energy of a live music performance. Like, I love going to music. I live in LA. There are shows literally every night. And before the pandemic, I used to go once a week on average to anywhere from like a big arena show to like the dive bar down the street that had a local band playing. So it's just something that really fulfills me, so yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I thought that was just such a cool talent that you have, in addition to actually being a speedrunner. You know, here, if I play games, you know, I always see other people's like stream titles, no backseat gaming. And for me, I'm like, backseat gaming is very welcomed. Please tell me what to do, because I'm going to be stuck in this one area for like hours and going around in circles, getting lost. It's like an
There's
open
nothing
world.
wrong with that. You play the game how you want. Awesome. Well, I don't think I've caught any of your gaming streams. Do you
Oh,
do
they're
them
very
often?
rare.
Okay, yeah, I don't think whenever I come into your stream, I see the tiny hands. That's that's usually what I see.
I think the
So,
latest one we played, what is it called again? I always forget. What was, okay, the animal party, where you could grab
party
each other and throw.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one. And my chat definitely was very rude, like kept knocking me out and
Of course.
unconscious and throwing me. And then the other one was it the POW World? What was it called?
POW World?
Yeah.
Like the crafting, the survival?
Yes. That similar like Pokemon. Okay, I did that. That was the
How did
two
that go?
latest games. It was okay, but I died multiple times trying to capture the pink llama with the boots. It was like the one I was trying to capture. Yeah, because that one, I think some people were getting really frustrated with me in the chat. They're like, follow the tutorial. Do you see the thing on the top right? I'm like, what do I do next, guys? And I just kept, I didn't see.
Who needs a tutorial? Just jump right in. That's what I do too. I never pay attention to the actual instructions, and then I end up playing the game on hard mode when I don't need to be, because I don't know what I'm doing. So,
right? Oh, I'm sorry. My memory's all jumbled up. So, Supermarket Simulator. I don't know if you played that.
no, but I hear it's fun.
Yeah.
I hear it's real fun. Yeah.
For me, I was like, is this all that we are doing? I'm just checking people out because I just felt so awkward doing it. Anyway, and Only Cans. Have you come across that game?
No, I have not.
It's so funny. It's so detailed. The developer, they've even added stories for each can's, literally soda cans flavor. It's very creative and it has like a whole background story for each flavor. And all you're doing is it's very simple. It's like no brainer type of thing. You're just trying to pop the top. And it's so naughty though, because when you pop the top, each can has like a different costume on. So it's themed and they make noises.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little lewd.
Yeah. They get excited when you pop the can top. Soda can top.
What's it called? Only Cans?
Only Cans. Mm-hmm. And I discovered that actually from Jen is Online because I saw her playing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see one of my moderators in chat right now saying that I'll be playing it soon.
Oh.
Is that what you meant, Doc? Oh, my goodness.
So,
yeah.
Which snack would you like to start off with to introduce your culture, your background?
Well, I don't know. I have so many. I went a little overboard. I know we had a list, but I'm an overachiever and I got some extra stuff. I got extra
wonderful
stuff. But it's great because now I have dinner for later and snacks for this week. So
perfect.
I don't know. We can just start off with the snacks, I guess.
Okay.
Like the little things.
Which one are you pulling out first?
Let's do this. Okay. So I guess I should explain a little bit of my background.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So I am half Japanese and my other half is kind of a mixture of Italian and Irish and Scottish and German, and so I'm a little bit of I don't know. I'm all sorts of things, but I grew up in a very diverse household in the sense that we ate so many different types of cuisines. Like it wasn't very isolated to like Japanese cuisine or like Italian cuisine, even though we did have a lot of that. Um, my mom is a fantastic cook. She can make everything under the sun. I feel like she can make Japanese food better than some of my like Japanese family members. So, my dad's Japanese and my mom is Caucasian. Um, so most of the stuff that I have to actually all the stuff I have today is Japanese because those are the things that really remind me of home. They're the things that bring me comfort, and honestly, I think they're the most interesting. So that's where we're at. Um, and then a lot of these things I just were always snacks growing up. So first, I guess we'll talk about sembe or arare, whatever. They're interchangeable. Which is this here. I already busted into them, as you can see.
Ooh, yes.
I already got into the bag and ate some earlier, so that's where we're at.
Uh-huh.
Um, so this is like a rice cracker, and I'll pull out like the actual bag. And what you have is just like another variation of it. And they're basically rice crackers that are coated in like a soy sauce and sugar coating. So they have like this, so almost like a sweet, salty vibe to it, more salty. But there's all different kinds in here, and like this one they call it arare. They are different. Sembe and arare is different, but like growing up, I just use them interchangeably. But yeah, this is what we got. And then you can see some of them are like wrapped in seaweed in there, which I think is what you have.
Yeah.
Right? There's also like wasabi peas in here. And so these like little packets are what I would have like as a snack all the time growing up. It was one of my favorite things. Be very careful if you end up ever getting these. They are very addicting. You will eat a whole bag and not even realize it. So
Yeah.
but you can pretty much find them at like any like Japanese market. So have you had these before?
It's been a long time, but only this variation with the seaweed wrapped around it. I can't remember. I saw bags of different varieties of what you have there, like where it's just like a single, it features that single version. And I was like, I needed to say, wait, how do I correctly? I don't want to.
Arare?
Arare? I was like, I need to say arare. It needs to be correct. So I was like, this is the safest one to get for me. But I saw versions of
Usually
this.
the markets will have like an entire row of different variations of this. And something that's also very similar, which I did not tell you to grab, was this one here, which is like another type of rice cracker that's like it's like a seasoning salt. But kind of like a similar vibe. It doesn't have like so much of the sugary coating on it, but this is like another version of like rice crackers that is also very, very, very popular.
Nice.
So these are a little bit more like snackable because they're like small and I don't know.
I have that reminds me of something like with the Chinese version, but as kids we would call those the MSG crackers because like on the outside it's definitely coated with MSG.
I mean, probably these two. Honestly, I think everything has MSG in it. That's what makes everything so delicious. Let's be real.
Exactly. So you would eat these. So would you like to try these now?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Okay. I already had some earlier, but I'm happy to open another bag.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, if I can get this open. There we go.
And so these are, like, what memory do you get whenever you chomp on these again?
I used to love going to the Japanese market with my mom. Growing up, it was like one of my favorite things because then I knew I was going to get really good food that night. But we would always pick up like a bag of this, and then I would always go to the candy. If you've ever been to a Japanese market, they have like a little section of candy, but sometimes they come in boxes with a toy. And and sometimes it's like a toy that you put together. And I tried to find one today, but I couldn't find one because I was gonna see. But it was like, little plastic pieces that you like pop out of the little plastic rack that it
Mhm.
puts in there, and then you like try and put it together. And like the instructions were always in Japanese, and I can't read Japanese, so it was like trying to figure out how to it's like a puzzle trying to put it together without instructions. But that was I always went we always got sushi and senbei, and we got a toy. That was like the thing that we did. And that was always like a real fun thing for me. So,
Oh, that's
yeah.
amazing. Because your mom is Caucasian and she still made sure to enrich you with the other half of yourself by going to like exposing you to Japanese market. That's really beautiful moment. That's
Yeah,
really, really thoughtful of her.
my mom, it was like so weird growing up because like when you're a kid, you don't notice that stuff. Like you don't notice like your mom's Caucasian and your dad's Japanese. Like not that I thought that my mom was Japanese, but I'm like, oh well, she like knows everything. So she's, you know what I mean? Like it was just,
Yeah.
I never, I always felt like she was so ingrained with like my dad and his family and knew so much and just learned how to make such incredible like Japanese food too. And she loves Japanese food. She loves sushi. She loves all of that. So yeah, it was really cool. She would take us to the market all the time. So
Oh, that's
yeah. All right,
beautiful.
are we trying this? I'm trying this little
Heck
guy
yes.
here.
Ooh.
It's like I don't know, a little square
Mhm.
uh,
Do
rice
they all
cracker.
taste the same? Even though they have like
Sort of.
different, sort of? Okay.
hmm Pretty much like you can obviously the ones like with the seaweed on it
Mm-hmm.
taste like you get that seaweed flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the bigger ones are hot, like spicy. I got the spicy ones today, so they're all a little spicy, but they mostly all taste the same. But they do have different textures, which is how they're like different. Why it's like, a variety.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Has anybody tried these before? I'm very curious to know how like popular they are or how like do people get these from the store?
Right?
I don't know.
I actually have not gotten these I can't even remember the last time where I purposefully picked this up. So I actually don't even have I just can't even remember the last time I had these. So I normally don't pick up these Japanese snacks. But now I'm realizing this is probably a much better option for me instead of like getting the chips because it's savory. It has like that nice savoriness for me.
Yeah,
Ooh,
the
Meadow
crunch
loves
is
them.
real good too. Like I like crunchy things. I don't know if you ever had like corn nuts, but
Yes.
I love corn nuts, but like they're so bad for your teeth. They're like
Exactly.
terrible for your teeth. So I like these because they have like much more of a what's the word, that a robust crunch, I guess. Versus like potato chips,
Yeah.
So I really like these.
Exactly.
These are great. I'm actually really glad that we're doing this today because I was out. I hadn't had any for a while, so now we do.
Chad is saying that in the Bay Area, it was super common.
Ah, okay. I feel like big cities probably have better access to stuff like this because like in LA there are Japanese markets everywhere. And also like Korean markets and there's just so many it's just so accessible here, like so many options to be able to get different types of cuisines where I know in like smaller cities or towns like it's just a lot harder to have access to that stuff. So
Yeah, that's right. Last night I didn't make it in time to go to the specific Japanese market, but just so everyone knows, just in case, if you have an H Mart in your town, this is like I went to the snack aisle to find all of these things. But better to go to a specialized market though, Japanese market.
yeah, there are some places that do like all different types of Asian cuisines. Like they kind of combine like Korean and Chinese and Japanese and like Thai together. here they have like specialized markets for literally everything. So
Yeah, I can imagine.
it's which is great for me. I love it. But yeah. So
Well, thank you for reintroducing this to me because I don't know why I never put two, because I'm just like chips whenever I go to the grocery store. So this is, like you said, a much better option.
and they're like really easy to order online too if you don't have a market near you. Like I just searched it online and it like easily popped up on like Amazon if you order from Amazon. But yeah, so they're really accessible online too if you don't have a shop near you.
Perfect.
All right.
What is the next thing you'd like
We
to
want to
show
keep
us?
going? Okay. All right. We got these guys here.
You cut the packet. Oh.
Yeah, this is the only one they had.
I know. I was like so looking forward to get those, and I was like, "Gosh dang it! The Japanese store closed 5 minutes ago."
So these are I don't know. I just called them ball cookies growing up. But they're called tamago boro, I think, which is and tamago is like egg. Which is what they are. They're literally the main ingredient in these are egg. But they're sweet little like puff balls. They're like little cookies or like maybe a biscuit would be better, but they are sweet. And it's so funny because like when I think of these, I think of like little kids. This was like the snack for children, you know, like toddler and up, you know, as like a snack. I used to stay after school at like this daycare. I guess it was a daycare, but it was like at a house, and there were always little kids there, and these were always the snacks. So and they're super again super addicting, like super poppable, you know, and they sort of melt in your mouth a little bit. But these are also a great. But here's the thing, and there's the thing with these packaging. This packaging is that you can never rip it along the perforation, and you always end up ripping into a bag.
Exactly.
So you end up having 2 bags to eat.
After all these years, it's still like that.
Okay, I think I have scissors though.
I was trying
somewhere
to get that one because, like you said, what Coco said is that it's for children, and that's exactly the memory that I had. Going to the Asian store, I would come across those, and I think they would be at, because my parents would send me to Chinese summer school, and so part of now I don't even think I don't remember what the heck. What did you have to do to earn points? I don't know. Get good grades probably. Anyway, you would earn points, and every Friday there would be they'd set up like a board of like, you know, random knickknacks like that you could redeem with your points, and they would have those packets. Yeah, a little snacks that you could redeem. This one is really nostalgic for me too. So I'm so happy that you mentioned this.
Yeah, when I think of like what are the snacks, like when you were like, what are the snacks that you ate when you were a kid? Like I thought of the senbei, these, and then the next one I'll show you in a second. But yeah, these little, and I'll show them on screen a little bit. They're just like little teeny little puff balls. And they melt in your mouth. They almost, I'm trying to think of what else they taste like. They're like crunchy, but they melt like right away. So highly recommend these too. They're like not too sweet, but they're like definitely, I mean, look it's obviously catered to children.
Look at that. That giraffe with the teeth.
Yeah.
Are they like cheese puff without the cheese flavor?
I guess you can sort of say that, but I almost feel like they're not as like crunchy as a cheese puff. They like really do melt in your mouth. Like as soon as you bite into it, it like starts to melt. They're very good.
It's like a little powdery. Are yours a little powdery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But literally, it literally says, I don't know if you can see, baby ball cookies.
Oh,
That's literally what they call it on here. So,
baby ball
you know,
cookies.
I guess, I guess it lives up to its name.
So, were there other snacks that we have a lot of Japanese ones. Were there things that your mom introduced you to from her side of the family?
Um, Not really. I mean, my mom, I feel like really leaned into her like Italian roots. So like she would make she would roast an entire bulb of garlic with like a little bit of olive oil and like a little bit of salt. And we would take like a loaf of bread and literally just like toast the bread, put a little bit of butter on it, and then like smear roasted garlic on it and eat that. So that was like something that we would do, you know, before we ate dinner or whatever. And we would kind of like sit around a table or whatever and do that. So there wasn't like so much like snacks, more of like little things that she did that just like kind of stood out to me. Um, and she would always make me that when I wasn't feeling well because garlic's supposed to be good for you when you're sick. So
Oh,
that was one of the
yeah.
things, like, if either one of us were, like, coming down with a cold, like, she would make that. So,
Oh my gosh.
we
So
would
the
stink
roasted
the next
garlic.
day, but it
Yeah.
was fine. It was fine.
Would she smear it on some bread, like toast for you, or
Yeah. So she
in
would
that?
just smear it. So, like, the
Oh,
garlic would be, like, really, really, really soft, like, almost like a spread,
yeah.
and just, like, a little bit of salt and a little bit of butter, and yeah. So, that was one of the things that I, like, distinctly remember growing up that I really loved when she made that.
See, coming from you, it like I'm already getting the feeling of like that's so homey, that's so loving. But now it's like at the restaurants and it's considered really fancy,
Yeah.
if it comes out roasted garlic bulb, So it's always like that, like the most simple, best tasting things from like grandma or mom's. Like it's always like elevated at restaurants and super expensive, but that's wonderful that you actually had that experience
Yeah,
as a
she
kid.
she made so many amazing like home cooked meals. She makes amazing pasta sauces like from scratch. But she also makes things that like aren't really in like our background because she just wanted to learn how to make other things. So like she was on a kick for a while on trying to perfect, like, her plantains,
Oh.
which is like I will never forget, she was, like, on a huge kick where she was, like, going out and buying all these different types of, like, plantains to try and make the perfect plantain, and it was, like, this whole journey for her, but it's, like, stuff like that, or, like, she would always make things. I'm a pescatarian. I decided when I was 9 years old that I didn't want to eat chicken, pork, or beef anymore. And so she got really creative with ways that she was like cooking food for me. So one of like the real homey meals that I have that I make, I actually take her recipe and make it myself is um a vegetarian chili. Um which is just has like vegetables and beans and stuff like that in it instead of the meat. And it's like so hearty and so filling and it's like perfect for a cool day. And then she would also make things like seafood gumbo, which gumbo traditionally has meat in it, but she would make it so that I could eat it. And it's like one of my favorite things that she makes is seafood gumbo. But like she didn't grow up eating that or no one taught her how to make it. She just like did the research and experimented and just she was just so incredible in the kitchen. I wish I got that talent. I don't have that talent. My brother does. My brother has the cooking talent. I can cook, but not like her.
So you mentioned at 9 you decided to be a pescatarian. Do you remember what inspired you to decide that?
I've just always been like a really big animal lover. Like I don't like seeing animal trauma like in movies or in any sort of media. It makes me so sad.
Mhm.
And I was like always the kid that was like, "Can we keep this cat? Can we keep this?" Like, we acquired so many cats when I was younger because like one would need to be rescued and I'm like, "Can we please keep it and take care of it?" And then we ended up with like 6 cats at one point. But I just loved animals. Like I have such a huge soft spot for animals. Um I think that they're really special. And so I had like a really hard time when I started to really understand what was happening when I was eating like a burger.
Mhm.
I just told my mom that I was like, I can't do it anymore. Like I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat meat anymore. But I kept eating seafood for a number of different reasons, but I cut out all chicken, pork, and beef. And I think my mom thought it was going to be just like a phase. And that I was like, okay, I'll have to make her a separate meal at least for a little bit, and then maybe she'll go back. But I never did. I've been a pescatarian ever since I was 9 years old. So
Wow. That's really
yeah.
that's a real wonderful thing that your mom, because considering like the age, so at 9, you're already so strong in that thought, like, I want to be a pescatarian, and she indulged that idea with you, and she just let you be you. Because I don't know if it's just because of my upbringing that might be just a little warped in the lens. So I feel like that would be a no. That would not happen. I don't think so. You're not trying that, but that's
Yeah,
lovely.
I'm really fortunate because my parents are always super, super support. I was extremely, extremely fortunate and privileged growing up. I came from an extremely loving household, and my parents have always put their children first. And they always wanted to support decisions that we make, even if they might be like the wrong decision or maybe the not quite smart decision, because they want us to be able to learn. And so my mom was like, if that's what you want to do, like it's going to be hard. You're going to want to eat a burger, 3 weeks in, like she told me like, here are the things that you're going to come across. And it was hard. The first year was tough, especially back then. Because there weren't as many options for like pescatarian or vegetarian foods that there are now.
Mhm.
Everything had meat in it. So it was really tough on her too to figure out what to make me for dinner. And she would always make me something separate. And I'm so grateful for that because she supported my decision. It would be so easy for her to be like, no, you're gonna eat what I put on the table. And that would
Mhm.
have been within her right as a mom. Like she has a million other things to do.
Yeah.
But she did support me in that, and that was really cool. I look back and I'm very grateful, and I stuck with it.
Yeah, yeah. That you just echoed the same sentiment that even Big Ben was saying in the chat, and I think for most people too, where it's like, this is what mom was able to make tonight, and this is what we're eating. This is what we have time for. So your mom is gold. Wow.
Yeah. She spoils me, but she's like very much like one of the things that she does to show her love is food, like to feed people. So if like she's putting
Yeah.
something on the table that I don't want to eat, like that's not going to make her happy either.
Wow.
Um
Hmm.
I swear I have to like detox for at least like 2 weeks before I see her, because I know I'm going to be eating so much food for like however long I'm there. Cuz she just wants
Yeah.
to feed me, I'm her kid. She wants me to be full and happy. So
I love it.
um,
I'm just assuming here, but do you think that it's from like her Italian side? That like
yes,
what we think of like big family dinner, feeding everybody. If you eat, then I'm happy.
1,000%.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
1,000%.
love
Whenever she
that.
makes food, it's always too much,
Hmm.
you know. Um, Even something as simple as like, well, if you're gonna be here every couple days, like, what are you gonna want for breakfast? And the thing is what I eat for breakfast is literally like a little bit of yogurt and some like fresh berries, right? And she's like, "Do you want omelets? Do you want?" I'm like, "No,
Oh my
I don't want that. That's too much."
Oh
Do
my
you
goodness.
want fresh bagels? And I'm just like, oh my gosh. But I love her for it, because she just wants me to be full and happy. I guess I don't
Wow.
know.
That's like a
She's always been
five-star
like that.
hotel.
Yeah. Oh, pretty much. Yeah. She just loves. I don't get to see her as often as I'd like to. She lives a little far away, so. But yeah, she definitely takes advantage when I'm there to feed me. So.
Love it. Do you think that she does this for herself? If you
It's
guys are
probably a
not
little bit
there?
of both. It's probably a little
Okay.
bit of both. Like she 100% enjoys feeding people.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
uh, like uh, uh, a really great example is actually one of my moderators at the time lived near my mom. So when I was visiting her, she was like, "Invite your moderator over. Let's eat." I'm like, "Okay." So
wow.
so my moderator came over. We had like this really awesome meal. We had like the best time. And then the next day she's like, Do you want to invite him over again?" I was like, "Sure." So I was like, "Do you want to come over to give another massive meal?" And he came over the next night, and basically she not only got to feed me, but one of my friends as well. So she was like double happy.
Absolutely. Do you remember what you guys ate? Like, what did she make for you all?
I think one night we had tacos.
Hmm.
She makes really, really great tacos. Specifically potato tacos. I love her potato
Ooh.
tacos because I don't eat beef. But she fries her own shells, which is what makes it so good because it's
Wow.
fried. So, but yeah, I know that's one of the meals we ate. I can't remember what the other meal was, but I know she for sure made tacos. She makes tacos almost every time I go and see her. So,
Wow. And someone in the chat, Tom, can relate with your mom too. Their mom wants to just feed. That's their
yeah.
love language. Oh. So whenever you these days, so now, whenever you go back, let's say like for holiday, would you say usually it would be holiday is really the big driver for everyone to
Yeah.
visit again?
Um, Yeah, I don't see my mom on holidays as often as I like. I try to get to see her, and I like stay a couple days with her, because she lives about 6 hours away, so
Mm,
it's a trip. Um, but I don't get to see her as often as I like. Probably about once a year, twice a
yeah.
year, if we're lucky. And it's mostly schedules too. Like our schedules are so different. And she's so busy all the time. She's a busy bee too. She like takes on lots of extra projects and stuff, and um she does sports, and she's all
Ooh,
over the
that's
place. She's like a
great.
superwoman.
Yeah. So where did you think this came from with her desire to be, or actually to be so open-minded to like try and cook, tacos and introduce, and I think you mentioned earlier that she makes better Japanese food than your dad, and she's so open to this.
I think that my mom is just she loves food so much. Um that she just enjoys learning about it.
Wow.
She loves she loves making people happy through food, and so, like everyone's different and likes different food. So she wants to try everything. So like growing up, I ate, anything from Japanese food to Italian food to Indian food to Cuban food, like Ethiopian food. Like we ate
Wow.
everything. Like everything. If there was like a new restaurant that popped up that was like a new cuisine that was never been around, like we would go try it. It was really cool, and I'm really grateful for that because I got to experience so many different types of foods growing up. Um, and I know not a lot of people have access to that. So I have like an extremely wide palate. Like I do not like anything, if that makes sense. The only thing
Mm-hmm.
I'm picky about is meat. I don't eat meat, but other than that, I will eat literally anything. And that's because I was exposed to so much growing up, you know,
Yeah.
um, which I'm very grateful for. I
Mm-hmm.
love food too. I love food. It is one of my favorite things. I enjoy taking the time to go out to a really nice meal with good company, it's something that I really enjoy. I know some people are like, well, it's just food, like it's temporary, it's whatever. But for me, it's something completely different than that. It's really hard to explain. It's just a sense of an experience that fulfills me, I guess.
I can definitely see that. Whenever you do go back home, what's something that you're like, Mom, can you please make this? Is there that one thing? Please make this.
I usually ask for her to make usually like a pasta sauce of some sort. I very, very vividly remember her arrabbiata sauce, which is like a spicy tomato sauce. Because my mom loves spice and she used to make it really, really spicy. But she made that all the time growing up. So like if she makes any sort of like homemade pasta sauce, like I'm sold. But she also makes really good, like I mentioned the gumbo earlier. And she makes great tacos. Like, I don't know, like honestly, anything. She always asks me this question too, whenever I say, like, what do you want me to make? I'm like, I don't know, just literally anything, and I will eat it all. Because no matter what she makes, it's really good. She got one of those, what's it called? It's like, it's teppanyaki. It's like the big grill, kind of like benihana.
Yes.
I guess hibachi, I guess is what it would be. The big grill. She got one of those. Like she has one of those. And she's like, look, this is what we're going to make for dinner tonight. I'm like, you can literally have your own restaurant in your kitchen right now with this big and she like has the special tools and she was like making the vegetables and making the shrimp and I was just blown away and it was so good. It was so delicious. But
Wow.
but yeah, she like dabbles in literally everything. So
Yeah. How is she learning all these things? Like, you're growing up, like, do you remember your mom, like, is she going to a cooking class or she's learning from cookbooks or?
cookbooks. We had
Oh.
bookshelves and bookshelves of cookbooks. And that's where she got so many of her ideas. Her ideas from. But I don't think she's ever taken a professional cooking class. She has that instinct in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like the taste, like she can taste something and say, this needs more of this, which I have a really hard time doing that. But yeah, she just has that talent,
Wow. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm like, what's happened lately? Because I keep thinking, is it because I'm just trying to, it's been so long and I've been so used to cooking like, you know, keto, low carb, fake flour, fake sugar. Oh my God, everything's all messed up. Or I actually recently realized, wait a second, maybe the problem is not that. The problem has always been me. Maybe I just haven't ever cooked that great. So I'm
It
definitely
gets easier.
learning now.
But it's one of those things where it's like it's a skill, right? So like the more you do it, the better you get at it. But you have to do it often,
Yeah.
What's really interesting is my dad's a pretty good cook as well, and he is I absolutely adore him. He sends me home with Japanese food all the time that he makes. He makes this really, really incredible Japanese. Like it's like a soup. It's like a dashi based broth, but it has like eggplant and daikon and like bamboo shoots, like all sorts of stuff in it. And he'll like freeze it and send me home with like bags of it. And it's
Wow.
really great during the winter, and I could just like pull it out, defrost it, and then sometimes I'll heat it up and I'll throw like udon noodles in it. And it's like so comforting and it's so delicious. So like between both my parents, I'm so spoiled with food. It's so great. And then my dad likes to make a lot of like little dishes. Like he makes a really good it's I guess it's a pumpkin. It's called kabocha. I guess it's like a pumpkin or like a squash, a gourd.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Like
Yes.
yeah, it's
Green on
and
the outside and orange on the inside.
I'm sorry, what?
It's green on the outside and orange on the inside, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And he like chops it up and he like boils it, but he boils it in like a special broth and you eat it with rice and it is so good. It's like so good. So he makes stuff like that for me all the time too. So
Wow. So
I'm very
bona
spoiled from
fide
both my parents.
Japanese cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
lovely. Speaking of, do you want to jump to that plate now as we continue?
Yeah,
Or whatever
yeah.
you
Before I did get these because I have to show these. I
Oh
know.
yeah.
So I got these. I don't know if anybody has ever seen these here. Oh, you got them too. Okay,
Yeah. I
perfect.
got two. Here. Oh.
Um, these
Yes, tell us about this.
are. I used to get a box of these every single time I went to the market, along with, my little rice crackers and stuff. But they're little koala cookies. Here, I'm gonna open them up. They're little
Heck yeah.
koala cookies, and they have chocolate on the inside. And I used to love eating these when I was a kid. I don't know if anybody has. Those are so good. Yeah, I think people have seen these. There's also the panda ones, which are very similar, but I like the koala ones better. But they come in these little and they have little koalas on them. Look at how cute they are. And then you could see there's a hole on the back because they put the chocolate in there.
Wait. Can you see yours again? Mine says fight. What does yours say anything? Wait, let me get closer.
Mine's holding a flower.
Oh my god, mine is so aggressive. Of course I had to pick that one. It literally does say fight. I'm so embarrassed now. See, my little t-shirt says fight.
These are great. They're probably really bad for you, but it's fine.
Oh.
And you can see they're filled with chocolate. But they're really soft. They're almost like wafers.
Yeah.
Very wafer-like. And then the inside has chocolate.
You're right. These are better than the panda ones.
I like these more.
I haven't had
They're both good.
these in a
You
while.
can't go wrong with either. But I like the koala ones. For sure.
Yeah. Oh, see, so my first thought was to get this, but I was like, no, this one's too new. Because I really like chocolate. But did you see this?
No.
But I was like, no, I have to get the classic. I have to make sure. This one is sorry, my astigmatism's fluctuating right now, so I'm like a grandma. I'm like, hello. Bitter. This is bitter chocolate version.
Oh, I do like bitter dark chocolate. I love coffee and stuff, so I really
Meadow.
enjoy dark chocolate. I'd probably really like those. Those don't look familiar though. I don't know if they have them at my market.
Okay.
I'll have to look.
So tell us more about your memory whenever you have these little guys.
Oh, it was just another those were only available at the Japanese market. So the only time that we would get them was when we went to the Japanese market. So I was always really excited whenever my mom would want to go because I knew I was going to get all these amazing snacks. And while you're trying that, and then of course we always had seaweed in our house. Always.
I thought about freaking getting okay, can you show us yours? And
yeah,
the ones that I see, those are probably Korean version. No wonder. Great. I'm so glad you got that because I was like, should I get the seaweed? I always see them in the little big old packets at H Mart. And within the big, huge packets, there's smaller packets. And it's little rectangular sheets of seaweed.
So, and it was always seaweed in our house, and it was always the teriyaki ones. So they just look like this.
Okay, that's
and
more cleaner to me looking, not with salt and all that on there.
No. Yeah, they're very very snackable. And then my dad would get he would get a bowl of rice and take these and just sort of grab the rice with it and eat it as a snack too. So,
I love it. Okay, with chopsticks or with his hands?
With his hands.
I love it. That's the proper way to eat it. Wow.
Yeah, these are great. I personally don't love the ones from Whole Foods. It's not that they're bad, but I don't know. There's something special about the ones that I get from the market.
Can you show us one more time so we can might get the logo? Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, These ones are spicy ones.
Mm.
I'm not familiar with these ones. Were on sale, so I got them. I love a good sale. I
Heck
love a
yeah.
good sale. So these were on sale, so I got them.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
those
going,
were like
mhm.
the snacks in the house. That
Would you
we
take
always
these
had.
snacks to school? Like, would other kids see them?
You know what? No. And that's something that I follow this creator on TikTok about her experience as when she was a child, because she's Korean, and how like growing up it was really really tough,
Mm-hmm.
especially like for me. I grew up in a predominantly white area, so like I didn't really bring this stuff to school. It just wasn't something that I usually did. But I do know that there were like other kids that would, and they would get bullied for their food, because it
Mm-hmm.
was like weird, compared to the stuff, the pizza and the whatever they were offering at the cafeteria. Um, and growing up, I always did feel like a not like and I wasn't excessively bullied, but people did make fun of me for not being fully white. I've been called slurs before. Like I know that my brother has had issues too, and so I didn't really bring this stuff to school. I just never really thought about that. I'm sort of sad that I didn't, but also glad that I didn't, because I think that it just would have invited more attention than
Yeah.
I probably wanted. I was quiet. I was quiet when I was younger. I was much more reserved when I was younger. I didn't really want the attention. So, um, but I know that, I know a lot of people growing up have come across that, where the food that from their culture is considered different or weird or made fun of because it's not American food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely experienced that. Like, parents would put it in a bag with the zipper, and as soon as like the common story. But we do take solace in knowing that like others experience this as well. So, but like as soon as you open up that lid,
Mhm.
everyone's like, "What's that?" And then as you were saying that, I remembered why now I got sent to the detention table.
Oh
So
no.
in the freaking cafeteria, I think I yelled back at somebody because someone was saying like, "Oh, what's that?" and making faces, and I think I yelled at them. But then because there would be like the teachers that were monitoring lunch, walking around, and they sent me to the table where you have to eat by yourself for any kids that were misbehaving. That was like your punishment. So I was like, I just literally remembered why I was sent over there, because I remember getting sent over there eating by myself. I was eating. That was the day where I was eating food from home. So yeah, yeah. So you were. I love that your parents didn't push you to bring food from home to
Yeah,
school.
it wasn't that I also had a very interesting experience with that, because I didn't eat meat.
Mm-hmm.
So like quite often we get like lunch from school, but then sometimes I wouldn't be able to eat lunch from school. So, and there really was no like easy way to pack some of this food. So like when I got sent to school, I got like cheese sandwiches and stuff, like super easy stuff for my mom to put together. But then at home, I always had incredible varieties of food. But yeah, I didn't really bring this stuff to school. Um,
Yeah,
which might have been for the best. So
absolutely. Yeah, you already knew better. You were like, nope, survival mode. I am playing the offense here. So super smart to make that conscious decision. And I also noticed that when you mention, when you go to the store and someone in the chat's like, they have this in their kitchen right now. Um,
I
all
also
your
think like when
stories.
growing up, like it's so different now. Especially because when I was a kid, like sushi was gross to people. Ew, it's raw
Yeah.
fish, you know? But now it's almost trendy to like sushi. So there's definitely like been a shift in the way that these foods have been that have been perceived over the last, I don't know, 20 years.
Hmm.
Um and it's a lot easier and things like this are more accessible. Like you would never be able to find seaweed in the 90s, you would never be able to find seaweed anywhere but a Japanese market. Like
Hmm.
or an Asian market. You would not be able to find it. And now you can get it at Whole Foods, you
Yeah.
know, or even
Walmart
like
in the international aisle.
right. That's what I mean. And so now it's so much different.
Hmm.
Back then it was really hard to get some of this stuff, but I think that, you know, it's becoming more accepted to enjoy so many different types of foods from other cuisines, you know?
Yeah, to have an expansive palette. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
then you're like so cool now.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I noticed, like most of your stories, or excuse me, your memories that you mentioned, like getting this guy, and I wish like I got the little bag ones and these guys. It was always based around you having a wonderful time in that memory going to the Japanese market, but with your mom and not
Mhm.
with like other kids. So that's what I was curious about. Like, if you had other memories of these snacks, sharing the same desire for these snacks or enjoyment with the other kids.
Yeah, I think that like like stuff like this was very palatable for other children. So like this stuff people loved. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely some of the other things weren't as shared as much. The my after school like care that I had was like there were a lot of other Japanese kids there. So
Ooh.
that was I got a lot more exposure to more of like people my age or like other kid not even my age, just like other kids that liked the same snacks as I did and like, you know, so
Yeah.
and I will never forget the place that I would go to, they would make homemade mochi, and it was so good. It was like it was so fresh and it just like almost melted in your mouth because like the mochi that you get from the store probably has been there for a while. You know, it's not like fresh. Literally make it fresh there. And so that was always something that I really enjoyed. And they would wrap it around a strawberry. Be like strawberry mochi like wrapped around an actual strawberry.
Oh my gosh.
So
So
good.
not like these days, quote unquote, strawberry mochi is just dyed pink.
Yeah, no,
Mochi.
This was like
What?
legitimate. Yeah, so good.
What kind of
So
daycare is
good.
this? We need this.
It was like a daycare. It was like this lady who ran a daycare like out of her house basically. So she was always in the
Oh,
kitchen and cooking stuff. So
so other
yeah.
kids that were there, were they of other ethnicities too?
Yeah, there was a mixture,
Multiple
but there
mixture.
were but yeah, definitely
And she
definitely got
was
to it,
Japanese?
yeah. Yeah, she was Japanese.
No wonder.
Yeah, so I got
Oh,
to so like everywhere.
oh my God.
Like
And
these were everywhere. So
wow, and making that homemade mochi with literally just wrapping around a whole strawberry. I've
yeah, it was so
never
good.
seen that before, heard about that before.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, those are like the little snacks that I can remember. But like I was walking through the market today, and I was like, oh my gosh, I could talk about this and I could talk about this. Like I, these stories are endless, really. But these are the ones that like really that were like my first instinct when you asked me like what foods did you have growing up? Like these were the ones that stuck out in my brain. So I was like, okay, these are the right ones to talk about. But it was very hard to choose while I was there today.
I can imagine because I feel like definitely so maybe it's because I'm not Japanese, but to me, Japanese food is really, really interesting because it's so different. Well, you know, there are, if we're looking at a Venn diagram, there's definitely things that kind of are similar,
Mhm.
but the styling of Japanese food and it's just very, very interesting to me. So
Yeah, flavors are definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
But we use a lot of like the same ingredients, I feel. Like
Yeah.
seaweed, for example. Like you can find this at probably any Asian market, you know. But then you look at like the different types of Asian cuisines and the flavors are very, very different. Even though like it might be a similar dish. Like always use like Chinese food and Thai food as like a really great example of how things can look similar, but they
Mm-hmm.
taste so different. So different. Very distinct flavors and both like if you were to eat them side by side, they would be completely different dishes, you know.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with like, you know, you look at there's a dish called shabu shabu, which is like Japanese hot pot. But if you look at like Korean hot pot, the flavors are so different than what you would get with like a Japanese version of that. So,
Yeah.
um, which is why I love like Asian cuisine is my favorite because I just love all the different flavors that you can get. Um, It's just I just have always really when everybody's like, "What do you wanna eat?" Like, what's your favorite restaurant?" Or, "What do you wanna eat tonight?" Like, I always veer towards, like, Japanese food, like,
Yeah.
Chinese food, Thai food, Korean food, like, I always veer towards that because I love the flavors so much, so
I was actually gonna show a picture to everyone, shabu shabu, in case they haven't gone before. So
shabu
can
shabu
you?
is also one of my favorite meals, but it's not something that I could show on stream, so I didn't bring
Yeah,
it up.
right.
But I do have a shabu shabu pot that I often make shabu shabu at home, so,
Oh, that's
it's
a must. I
super
can imagine.
it's so great. It's really hard to make shabu shabu for one person, but I love it. I usually will make it, like, several days in a row because I'll buy the stuff for it, and I won't be able to eat it all in one sitting, so I'll have
Mm-hmm.
shabu shabu for a few nights.
Yeah, I do love that. Because it's like, to me, it's healthy because it's just broth, boiling broth. You're dipping in vegetable or quickly cooking vegetables and some meat. So this is the traditional version. What would you do for your shabu shabu?
Lots of veggies, tofu, and then depending on how I'm feeling, sometimes I'll do shrimp or sometimes I'll do salmon.
Mhm.
But if I'm trying to go for like a super cheap, easy, quick meal, I'll do like tofu. I'll do tofu and like napa cabbage. I'll do usually like baby bok choy, carrots, like enoki mushrooms,
Mhm.
and then maybe like a noodle. Or broccoli, I'll do broccoli too, and then maybe, like, a noodle of some sort, either udon or, like, the glass noodles.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is pretty healthy. I mean, the sauces aren't great for you, and the rice and the noodles aren't great for you, but, like, you're getting so many vegetables, and you're hydrating while you're eating because 'cause you're taking in so much water.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can do thinly sliced beef or chicken or I think pork you can do, obviously, I don't, but that's usually how it's made with some sort of thinly sliced meat.
Mhm. And what would you say that's different between like the Japanese shabu shabu and like the Mandarin style of hot pot is what I really see a lot of.
So
Um,
what is the Mandarin style? Like, what are the what like would the flavors be?
so just looking at this picture, I would say it's really about what, okay, so what I notice is the soup itself, the broth itself.
Mhm.
So usually there's like a divider. There's one super spicy, like Szechuan style with a bunch of peppers on it. And then the other one is the more classic type of version of broth. And I feel like, if I remember correctly, when I go to the Japanese ones, the broth is like lighter. Like it's not so
So
heavy,
light.
much
Actually,
healthier.
a lot of places use water and don't use a broth.
Oh, I
Sometimes
see.
it's water just lightly flavored with kombu, which is like seaweed. But like when I make it, I just use water. I don't use broth.
Oh.
Because the flavors come from the sauces, not from the broth itself. Whereas I know other types of hot pot, like the flavors in the broth are really, really important.
Hmm.
Which it sounds like that's what it's like for Mandarin hot pot.
Yeah, yeah.
And we don't really do spicy. Like, Japanese food doesn't really do spicy,
Yes,
which
yes.
is good for me 'cause I get heartburn. I can't handle the spicy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I feel like the meat quality, well, it just really, that just really depends on where you go. But the meat quality, I think with Japanese shabu shabu, um, I feel like it's at a higher quality as the minimum standard. Like if you go to those other places, you would have to make a special order for that. But I think,
I know nothing about meat cuts, so
oh, that's right. Yeah,
I know
exactly.
I have no idea. Is that, like, a real thing? Is that, like, are there different types of meat that they use for the different types of hot
The
pot?
the quality of it. Yeah, you
Mm.
can get like different ratings of meat. So like
Mm.
let's just say like beef specifically, that's the more expensive one. You could go wagyu, you can go this or lamb, about all this and that. But I have noticed that at the Japanese ones, they just start you right off at like you're getting a good quality.
Well,
Yeah,
that's good. I had no idea.
yeah, and it's lighter. I would say you're absolutely correct about that. That's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
They were asking, yeah, the numbing spices, the mala hot pot. Yeah. Uh,
Oh, is it
is
hard to
it hard
find
to find? Yeah, that's the
vegetarian?
one I was looking for. Yes.
No. Every shabu shabu restaurant that I've gone to, they've always had a vegetarian option or a seafood option. But I do have to go to a place where you get your own individual pot and you're not sharing at a table because if the table's eating meat, I can't share a pot. Um,
Hmm.
because meats or meat juices or meat broths make me very sick because my body's not used to processing
Hmm.
uh, the protein. So, like, there have been some cases where I've like accidentally ingested meat or meat broth, and my stomach is like gone for an entire day.
Oh
So,
wow.
I'd have to go to a place that you do individual pots. But honestly, I would rather make it at home because one, shabu is very expensive in restaurants,
Hmm.
and at home, I can buy what I want to eat, whereas, like, at shabu shabu, they give you, like, a preset plate of whatever, and some of the stuff on there is like, I'd rather have more napa cabbage versus, like, carrots, and you can't really pick and
Yes.
choose when you go to a restaurant, so
Mhm. Thank you for bringing up that point. So okay. If any of you guys have never tried this before, here we go. Exactly what Coco said. You can do this at your house. And I bought a specific like a electric pot thing that just I can boil it at my table, so I'm not like standing over my stove. So I have hot pot for with myself, so you can grab the veggies that you prefer, and that's a really great point. Like you get to have the one that you really really like, your mushrooms or whatever, or the napa cabbage if you like, and it's the tofu, and you can just make your own sauce and then grab the protein if you're into that sort of thing. And you just, drop it in real quick. And you can have a really healthy meal for like days because it's not like you're just buying just enough for one night. And you'll have like a
yeah.
really quick and healthy meal.
And you can cook it how you like it. So if you like your meat rare, like, you can cook it rare. If like, for me, I like undercooked veggies. Like, I like my veggies a little crunchy.
Hmm.
So it's perfect. I get to cook them how I like them. So
Gamerlink brought up a really great question because I was going to ask you too. What's the sauce that you like? So you use the boiling water, cook it in there. What is the sauce that you like to dip it in?
so there are 2 that I use. One of them is a ponzu sauce. And ponzu is like a citrusy,
Is it this one?
sweet. Yes. That's
Perfect.
one of them. That's
Yeah,
one
this
of
is
them that
not
I
a
have
the
used.
best brand.
But it works. It totally, totally works. They actually have specific shabu shabu sauces at the Japanese
Oh.
market, so you can get those too. But any ponzu sauce will work. And then in the ponzu sauce, and if you're not familiar with what it is, like a citrusy sweet soy sauce almost. And I put in like grated daikon, green onion, chili pepper, a little bit of sesame oil. Some people like to put like chili oil in there. You can like dress it however you want. I
Yeah.
just like mine just a little bit spicy, so I put a little chili pepper in there. Um, and then the other sauce is like a sesame sauce, which is usually used like the ponzu is usually used for like your vegetables, whereas the sesame sauce is used for like your meats or your proteins. Honestly, you eat whatever sauce you want with whatever you want. If it tastes good to you, then you eat that. But that's kind of like how they would explain it in a restaurant.
Hmm.
Um, I personally like the ponzu sauce better because it's lighter. The other sauce tends to be a little bit thicker, which is fine. I like it. I'll eat it with my tofu usually, but
Hmm.
everything else I like. I like the ponzu sauce.
Sesame. Do you know what's in there? Hold on, let me see. Oh, okay. So it's tahini,
Let's see.
sake, the ponzu sauce, miso. Is that how you make it as well? Mirin, rice
I
vinegar?
actually I
Or
don't
is it
make
more
my
simple than
sauces.
that?
I can buy the sauce from the store, but there's also a shabu shabu restaurant that I actually will go and buy their sauces to go. Like they'll just charge me a couple dollars and I'll take their sauces and eat. Cuz the ones at the store are fine. They're fine sauces, but if I like really want to splurge, I'll like go to the shabu shabu restaurant and they'll actually let me buy their sauces.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
So this sauce, the sesame sauce is um there I believe goma, the term goma means is like in reference to sesame seeds because there's something called like gomai, which is you can get it on like spinach, like boiled spinach or green beans, and it's like a sesame marinade, I guess, but it's cold. You eat the vegetables cold, and it's like a sesame like sauce glaze over it, and it's really good. You eat it with rice. And it looks like that's what it's like the same thing for this. Um,
Look
Japanese
at
sesame
a picture.
paste, sugar, soy sauce, rice vinegar, dashi, which is like a soup stock, um, made from like fish and seaweed,
Mm-hmm.
and salt. And that's kind of
Oh, I was
what
just
it is.
showing.
Pretty.
Oh, it's such a
Yeah,
big
that one
picture.
there. Mhm.
So it looks like this. So you would recommend. So, am I echoing for anyone, or that's just on my end? I feel like.
You're not
Okay.
echoing for me.
Okay, great, great, great. Then it's just me. Um, so this is the sauce that Coco was talking about. So goma dare, is that right?
Yeah, that sauce right there, that bottle
Hmm.
looks very similar to the one. You know what? Let me go see if I have it. I might
Okay.
have it. Let me go check.
All right. No echo. Okay, okay. Then it just like all of a sudden happened on my end. Okay. Yeah. So you guys were asking about sauces. Thank you for asking that. Otherwise, I might have forgotten. So the
Okay.
ponzu and the sesame oil, you said, right? Mix this with some sesame oil and dress it up with, if you want to go extra, uh, green onion, did you say?
Yeah,
And
green onion,
the
like grated
daikon?
daikon. Yeah, a little bit of sesame
I've
oil,
never
a little
done
bit of
that, the
like.
grated daikon. I'm going to try that
Okay, so
with
the
that.
reason for the grated daikon in the ponzu sauce is to thicken it so that you can get it on your vegetables easier.
Wow, I
And
see.
it also flavors it, makes it good. So this is the one that I use if I don't buy. So it's like it says pon shabu on it.
Ah, uh-huh.
See, so this is the one that if I don't want to go to the restaurant, and then here is the sesame, which is very similar to that bottle that you were, um,
Let's see.
but it's like a
Right, right.
much thicker sauce.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, very similar.
I will have to try this. I don't think I have ever tried that. Oh,
I feel I have so much Japanese food on my desk right now, and I'm so excited because I get to eat it all.
Yes. Would you like to dig into that now? We can.
Yeah, I can show.
Yeah, I just have to go get my plate.
I have like a cooler next to me with my food because I didn't want to leave it here for 2 hours outside of the
Right?
fridge.
So smart. Okay. I'm just gonna grab mine from the fridge right here.
Okay, let me organize my desk a little bit because I will be making something at my desk, sort of.
Yes. Yay. Okay, I have that here too. Okay.
So one thing, I guess I should wait till she comes back. 1 second. Happy food dance. I hope you all are enjoying. Are you going to try any of these? Anybody going to see if they can find any of these snacks?
Okay.
Cats will not organize my desk.
Oh yeah, we do have to talk about your cats. Were they the Russian blue? Is that right?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, I have that's Bugs, and then I have a tuxedo cat named Nugget.
Okay, I'm gonna take your lead on this. Which one would you like to show first?
So one of the things, oh, well, I can show. Okay, well, why don't we do this? I'll make the food at the end. So I have the sushi.
Okay. I literally rushed to this small little place right before I got ready, and I was like, order everything.
So I just got like a platter. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm spilling. I just got a platter from like the market.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not make this.
Right?
But,
Same.
Sushi is my absolute favorite meal. I could eat it every day. I love it, but it's too expensive. I do not have the money to eat it every day. But this is like
beautiful.
Like yes.
Okay,
and
we'll
I
show.
get to eat this for dinner tonight. So I am so
Heck
excited.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, look.
I got way too much. I'm like,
Oh my goodness. Oh my, and you have a little flower on there.
yeah. I was like, ooh, he has a flower for me. Okay, can you show at the same time? We'll use this as like the thumbnail.
Okay, there we go. Hold on, let me make sure I'm like not tilted weird. There we go.
Oh, good point. Oh, yeah. Oh gosh, dang it. They're toxic. They just put stuff on my screen. Okay, sorry.
Oh, how could they?
All right, thumbnail.
This will be our thumbnail and a screenshot. So, I guess
tell us about yours. Yeah.
So, this is just like a variety. This is what they offer like at my Japanese market. And so there's this is tuna.
There we go.
Oh, sorry. This is tuna here. I'm trying to get in the frame. Okay. Tuna here. This is it's also called maguro. It's just like a little roll with rice. And then we have uni, which is sea urchin, which is my favorite. That is my favorite. If I will always get uni no matter how expensive it is because it's always very expensive. Yeah. It is my favorite. And then here is this one here is salmon roe. It's called ikura. That is also one of my favorites. It's very, very salty, extremely, extremely salty. So if you ever try it, be prepared. Maybe like just eat one and taste it before you put the whole thing in your mouth. And then you have unagi over here, which is freshwater eel. And it's usually like barbecued and it has like a glaze over it. People call it eel sauce and it's like a sweet glaze. Very good. Very, very delicious.
That's one of my favorites.
It looks like that's more maguro here, the tuna. That's ika, which is squid. I think that's squid. Yeah, that's squid. And then sake, which is salmon. And then this looks like a clam. I think it's mirugai, but which is a giant clam. It might not be mirugai because there's different types of clam and they're all called something different. So don't hold me to that. And then this is ebi, which is shrimp, which is cooked. This one is cooked. But yeah, that's what I have here.
Do you have the anari? Is it called anari?
Oh, I do.
Okay,
I have
okay.
another plate, chat.
Yes.
I have another. Yes, I do. I do. And I actually got something else as well called futamaki, which is another type of roll.
God dang it. Thank you, Seamus.
So this here, so this one here was like my favorite growing up. We used to call it football sushi.
Oh my God.
It looks like a little football.
Yeah. I love it.
So
and
this
how's
is
the
like
taste with that?
It's like a tofu, like a bean curd on the outside. So there's rice inside of that, and it's like a sweet bean curd on the outside. It's very good. Very, very good.
And yours is stuffed with rice as well. Is that how it is?
Yeah, there's rice just rice on the inside. Yeah. So this is my dinner tonight. I'm so excited.
I know. We can eat and talk if you are open to that too. Like
no.
nibbles
I
or
probably
something.
won't. I'm just gonna leave this. I've been nibbling on the snacks and stuff.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah, let me put this here. Okay. So but yeah, I love sushi. I've always liked it. I know that it's like really tough, like the texture is really tough for some people, which I can see how some people might not like the texture of the raw fish. But people are like, oh, well, it's probably really fishy. But if you get really, really fresh fish or really fresh sushi, it's usually not very gamey. So I would definitely start out, if you're new to sushi, to start off with maybe a roll or something really mild like this, with a lot of rice, because that will probably help you get used to the taste and the texture of the raw fish. And then you can graduate up to these guys here.
The raw stuff. That's how I would. Oh, but the one that you were talking about.
Like this.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Or cooked eel. That one's really good too. This one, if like you're not into the raw yet, you can or the shrimp one that you said.
The eel is definitely one of those things that's a good like entry item into sushi, for sure.
I was gonna ask you, like, do you use your fingers or your hands? Excuse me, your hands.
Depends. You are supposed to use your hands, but usually I'll use chopsticks.
Oh, and then
Usually, but I don't have any now, so I'm using my hands.
And this one, what was the proper name again?
Inari,
right? So the tofu, and I'll show everybody.
Oh yeah, see, and then you see the rice on the inside, and it's like a really thin like bean curd around it that's been like soaked in like a soy sauce, like a sugary soy. It's really good. It's a little sweet, and it's that was what we would always get from the Japanese market too when my brother and I were younger, because it was more palatable for us as kids. And yes, we used to call it football sushi. We want the football sushi.
That's so cute. I do remember. It's not like when I was a kid. Like, I think I wasn't really into eating raw sushi until maybe like college years. And the thing that got me over that was the salmon. Like anything that was salmon. I not so much tuna, but I wanted to try whatever this was. Yeah, but salmon is more of my favorite to eat. Not so much
Definitely, yeah, definitely a favorite. If you can get some like really fresh, it's very good. It like melts in your mouth almost. It's so good. I personally like really fishy, gamey sushi. So I really like mackerels, and I like there is a fish. It's called kohata, and it is my absolute favorite. And I don't know what it is in English. I apologize. I should have looked it up. But it's called kohata, and it's like a sardine of
Hmm.
sorts. I could probably look it up now. Hold on.
Kohata, is that right?
Kohata. Yeah.
I think I got a picture. Is it?
Oh, it's part of the herring. It's a dotted gizzard shad, which
Wow,
belongs
I've
to
never seen this until. Okay, I'll get a
the
picture for
herring
chat
family.
so we can join you in this discussion here. Is that a good photo? Okay.
It's a small sardine-sized fish, and it's part of the herring family. So it's pretty fishy.
Oops, wrong one. Okay, is it this that you like?
Mhm. Yeah. It is one of my favorites. So I really like real salty or real fishy stuff. So I really like ikura, which is the salmon roe. I love uni, which is the sea urchin. I love kohata. Um, I love all different types of like mackerel. Anything that's like, I don't know. If it tastes like the sea, I'll probably like it.
So this one is the kohata.
Yeah, it's my favorite. A lot of restaurants don't carry it because it's not very popular.
I see. Yeah.
So when I can get it, if I order it at like a sushi bar,
Hmm.
I'm so stoked. There is one sushi bar here in LA that does carry it on a regular basis. So when I go in, I know it'll be there.
Hmm.
So, but
Okay.
that place is very expensive. I don't go there very often.
Right. Okay, speaking of that, really quick side question to that, just out
Mhm.
of my curiosity. How do we feel about sugarfish and its sister, the kazunori? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What do you
So
think about those places?
I um I have had sugarfish once, and Kazunori I think have had before. That's the hand roll bar, right?
Yeah,
Or
and
is
then
I'm
they
thinking?
they they give you the nigiri style, so yeah, they just like
Mm,
make it as you go. Or
oh,
no, I'm
okay.
sorry. You're right. Wrong memory. It is the hand roll. Yes.
Okay.
They make it
I
as you
have
go.
been I've been to both once.
Okay.
Um the sugarfish was good. The fish was good. The problem that I have with some of these places is
Mm-hmm.
that they cover their fish with sauces. And to me, I really enjoy like the flavor and the texture of the fish.
Mm-hmm.
Um it in some sushi bars that I've gone to, like certain fish will have like maybe a small like glaze of something on it, like they'll brush something on it. But it's because it's supposed to be specifically paired with that fish. So they'll say like don't no soy sauce on this fish, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um so when I went to Sugarfish, I it was good. My dinner was delicious, but they did put a lot of sauces on everything, and I felt like it really masked the flavors of the fish. Which that just might be my own personal preference. you know. Um but the ham roll bar was good. I remember really really enjoying it going there. I really like Japanese food, so it's very rare I'm gonna go and say, like, I didn't like it. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but I do prefer to have my sushi more naked, I
Yeah.
guess.
And
Less
that was
sauces, you
my
know?
next question. I'm so glad you brought that up. Like, for those, because so this is the sushi that you like, so nigiri style.
Mhm.
And then what you're saying is like, so, okay, has everyone seen Jiro Dreams of Sushi yet by now? You know, right? And
Yes.
so that's what Coco was talking about, where they kind of brush
They
lightly.
take a literal brush and
Yeah,
they, you know.
the soy sauce. And then so what you don't want to do is what you're saying is like, I have my little soy, like, oh. like dipping it in this way from bottom, because the soy sauce is gonna just like the rice is gonna soak it all up, and it's too much, right? So you don't
Yeah,
prefer it that way.
and it makes the rice fall apart. But at
Yeah.
Sugarfish, they like really did drench. Like they brought out a plate, and it was like the fish had sauce all over it. Which isn't really, most of the sushi bars that I go to don't put sauce on the sushi. Every once in a while they do. Like a really great example is like sometimes like an albacore or like a halibut. Sometimes they'll do like a little bit of ponzu on it,
Hmm.
and they'll say don't put soy sauce on it. Don't dip it in soy sauce. Just there's sauce already on it, which is totally fine, and I love that. But I felt like at Sugarfish, like every single item that I got was just like drenched in some sort of different sauce. So I just felt like I couldn't taste the fish very well.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because that's what you're paying for. You're paying for the you're
Oh,
paying for the
yeah.
fish. You're paying all that money for the fish, and you can't even taste it. You know. So
Yeah. So the places that you like to go, just to kind of help all of us out, would you say? I mean, assuming like this is really the same story with any truly delicious place, right? Do you try to go to like the hole in the wall places, like the small mom and pop sushi places, or is there like a secret place that you like to go to and it's a little bit more fancy, or meaning like more expensive, or omakase, or like what would you recommend for us? What do
so
you do?
my favorite experience is to go to a sushi bar, sit down, and order as I go. Um, and like enjoy my time there. And that means like some places will give you like a whole plate of sushi and you like eat it, and then you like I like to take my time when I sit at a sushi bar. Usually with a a bottle of sake, and then like eating and enjoying company. There are places in LA that are very very good but extremely overpriced. That it, it it doesn't matter how amazing the fish is, like, you should not be charging that much for a piece of sushi. So, there are a lot of places that are like that in LA, and especially, like, the omakase places. Like, the omakase, usually, you won't get for anything lower in LA for $300.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, which is a lot of money to pay for one meal, that might not fill you up,
I
you
was gonna
know?
say, do you feel full, or do you have to go
I
out
eat
after too?
I never go to omakase places because there are specific things that I want that I
Hmm.
might not get. And again, like, I eat a lot when I go to sushi. Like, I just eat
Hmm.
so much that I just feel like I'd rather
Same.
go and order what I want. Um, and my favorite restaurant here is kind of like a mixture of a hole in the wall versus like a really nice place. The guy who serves me, the sushi chef, is from Japan.
Mm.
And just like totally knows what he's doing. And always it's one of those things where you can like go and order, but then he'll always like make little dishes, like little teeny side dishes, like in between your orders to like have you snack on or have you try, like little salads, or like he makes this incredible dish. It's my favorite thing that he makes, and he'll make it for me every time I go there. And so it's rice, and then it's shiso leaf, which is like a Japanese mint leaf.
Hmm.
Um Toro, which is fatty tuna, and uni on top. So it's like
Ooh.
it and then he brushes it with like a very very light sauce. I don't know what the sauce is. But it's like this incredible explosion of flavors in your mouth. But like I didn't order that. He gave that to me because he knows I love uni, and he's like, you have to try this. So he's like one of those, he's so great because he like knows what I like, and then he tries to make dishes based on what I like. So
Hmm.
I've been going there for a long time.
That's perfect, because to find your spot, and of course, don't tell us the name. Of course, we don't want to blow up your
Mhm.
spot. Yeah, finding your spot, and they get accustomed to you and what you like, and then you get free experiments, like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's so
it's
lovely.
really great. So, yeah, it's really tough to find good places in LA. And it's so great here because we have access to so many different cuisines and so many options, but when you have more options, then you have a lot of not so great places that you have to weed through. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, it's tough finding like an affordable good sushi place here. Um and when I say affordable, like, not really affordable, because sushi's, like, it's really expensive. It's not something that I can eat all the time because it's very pricey, especially here in LA because everything's overpriced here. But, it is really tough to find good places that are, like, not gonna cost you $400, you know?
Yeah. And then actually, feel full and not have to feel
Yeah,
like you got to eat something else at home afterwards. Yeah.
yeah.
Have you been to Japan before?
I have not. It
Oh,
is on
no.
my bucket list. I am
Same.
dying to go. Um Life has just, like, kind of gotten in the way in a lot of different ways, and, I haven't been able to save up for a trip because when I go, like, I wanna go. I wanna go for
Yes.
a long time. I wanna go for, like, 2 weeks, and I wanna see as much as I can, and eat as much as I can.
Yes.
But I'd
Yeah.
really love to go. It'd be really great to visit and kind of see, like, where I came from, you know? Um,
Yeah.
my family has been here for a long time.
Hmm.
And so in a lot of ways I've been very disconnected to my Japanese heritage and that makes me really sad, but I don't I love my upbringing and I love like what I've been exposed to, but I would love to see more. And so that is definitely on my bucket list of things to do.
Hmm.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Um, would you happen to know, or maybe it's more of like it depends on where you go, right? Uh, is sushi more affordable there since it's, the classic cuisine? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I don't know, but I do know that going to Japan is very expensive in
Hmm.
comparison to other places. So I don't know if it's like all relative there, where like everything is more expensive there, so sushi's more expensive there, or if it's like something that's considered like I'm not really sure. I should probably ask people who have been there.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that it's expensive to travel in Japan.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Would you go to like what I have imagined is exactly what you mentioned, like sorry about the moon right there. um
I know what this stream's all about. I am very aware that people like to blow wind in your face and shoot water at you and all of that.
yes. um I I feel like my priorities would be very similar to yours. It's more of like food and the experience, and like the different nature environment too.
Mhm.
So like going to the colder spots or to the old village spots, and then contrasting that with the city, and then
Mhm.
those districts with the food.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I wanna see it. I wanna see it all. That's why I'm, like, really
Hmm.
aiming to go there for an extended period of time so I could see all there is to see. And it probably still won't be enough, but,
Hmm.
yeah, that's what I wanna do too, is I would love to see, like, the cities, and then I would love to see, like, the country, right? And,
Hmm.
um, yeah, it's something that I've always wanted to do. So
Your on your dad's side, does he tell you about like what village his family came from so that you can maybe look into it or like try to visit? Does he share that with you, or does he know?
we have an idea, but my family's been here for a pretty long time.
Hmm.
Like multiple generations.
Oh, I
So
see.
1, 2, 3. So I'm like the 4th generation. So we have been here for a very long time. Like my family is very much acclimated to American life.
I see.
So I have an idea of where like my family is from, and I would love to go visit those places. But um, as far as like family or anything like that, like we don't really have any connection or anything like that. But
Hmm.
um but honestly, I would just wanna see it all. I just wanna experience. And this goes with all traveling too. Like, it's not just Japan. Like, I would love to. I just want to see the world.
Hmm.
We get so caught up in our daily lives and the hustle and bustle of whatever we have going on that we forget to like really see things. Like, even in the United States, like, I haven't seen a lot of the US. Like, I would love to even travel within, the United States.
Hmm.
But there are lots of places that I'd want to go. Like, I would love to go to Italy. Oh my god, to eat the
Oh,
food, please.
yes.
So,
Oh my God.
like, I would just love to go to so many places.
Hmm.
But it costs money.
I know.
It's
I know it.
expensive.
And
So,
someone in the chat was helping with the question. So, food is cheap or expensive. They have a good range in Japan, so you can eat really well for a reasonable price. They've been to Tokyo. Okay.
Tokyo. Yeah.
And that was actually my next question. I was just curious, like, then for your dad's side, do they keep in touch with any like distant relative in Japan or something? But you
No,
already
we're
answered
pretty
that.
much all
All
here.
here. Ah,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
all here. So, yeah, so that's I mean, we've been here for so long.
Hmm.
So, yeah, and that's why I've always wanted to like that's why I'm really grateful that I grew up with Japanese food because it would have been so easy for me not to have access to this stuff or not
Hmm.
because like it's just so it's really great that I have been exposed to lots of foods. And I think I have one last one to
Yeah.
show,
Yes, we're ready
which
for you.
is
And as you're preparing for that, I love
yep.
that when you were like showing us your beautiful plate from the
Uh-huh.
market, which I wish again, because I don't live close to the Japanese market, I would have totally did what you did. I was like, I want to go to the Japanese market maybe the like hours before the stream, but
Uh-huh.
I just couldn't make it out there and get back in time for traffic. But I love that when you were pointing everything out, that's what I noticed about you is like, the Japanese name. So it means
Mhm.
that your dad's side, your dad, he kept you in touch with the language, or at least the names of the food.
Yeah, I don't know any Japanese, but I do know food.
I would
I do
just
know
say,
food. And I know like little things here and there, but I don't speak Japanese. It's also something that I would love to spend my time doing is learning the language. But yeah, as far as food goes, like, it actually took me a while to figure out what things were in English because I just knew them in Japanese. Um
ah,
so that's why I was like, okay, kohara, like I don't know, I don't even know what kind of fish that is. It's just what I know from because
hmm,
that's how it was introduced to me. And a lot of these foods were introduced to me in their Japanese names, so that's how I learned them.
yeah.
Which is cool. I do know food. I do know food. So
Hey, that I feel like curse words and the food names are going to be the first steps to learning a new language.
yeah, it's really funny because if we I do know some Japanese words, but I got warned because one of my other family members actually went to Japan, and we got warned like when you go to Japan, do not say these things when you go
Oh,
there. And we're like, well, wait a minute, why? Because the way that we've been taught is like slang or not proper.
right.
So like the way that you ask like where the bathroom is, like the way that we learned is not the proper way. Like do not go to
Right.
Japan and say this because people will think you were incredibly rude. So now I feel
Right.
like, okay, well now my life's a lie and now I got to figure out how to actually say certain things in Japanese.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's just really funny,
Can
but
you
I feel
tell
like
us? Can you
oh no, I'm not
share?
going to
Oh, I was like, what is it? How do you say?
Oh yeah, no. It's just the way that you say it is like
Okay.
going to the bathroom instead of asking like politely like where's the restroom, it's like saying a really crude like just a really
Right.
crude
Like it's
way,
like levels of politeness. Are the
Yeah.
words different? So how are we supposed to say it properly and be like a civilized human being? How do you say
Oh, see,
it?
like I don't even know that.
Oh, I
That's
see,
what
I
I'm
see, I see.
saying is I don't even know. I don't even know how to say that. All I know is the way that you're not supposed to say
I
it.
know, right?
So like, it's kind of like, when you go to someone, you ask them like, where's the restroom? Like, can you please point me in the restroom? Instead, you're like saying, tell me where the John is, or like something like that, like
Right.
something like really crude.
What are you
It's
from
like,
the streets?
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, okay, like, were you raised, where were you
Yeah.
raised? Like,
Yeah, raised by
obviously,
animals.
yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I found that out fairly recently within the last couple, and I'm like, okay, great. So
Oh
now
wow.
I have to need to make sure that the things that I've learned, I don't
Yeah.
don't say to people in public. So,
I was teaching.
um,
That's really wonderful. That I think it's well known that Japan and the Japanese have this this like the culture of like politeness. So in Cantonese, and again, I only recently started to looking into this because of this, goofy stream. And then I'm relearning things semi properly as well. So just like what you're saying, I'm so happy you mentioned the bathroom thing. So I was teaching chat. I probably should not have taught them this, but it's exactly what you're saying. So you would say like, excuse me, where is the washroom in Cantonese? So then there's like that's the most polite. But then you can say like, oh, where's the toilet? Like that.
yeah.
And then it goes even further where "Ngo hok kap si ah." That one is just like not even slang. That's just like way too personal. You should only say that to like friends. So meaning that is, I really need a poop right now.
Yeah.
Like that's how to ask. Like these are the different ways to ask. Where's the restroom in public? Like you don't want to say.
Yeah, right. When you ask a stranger, like you want to be polite, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's so. Wait, are you? I know that you do ASMR videos in Cantonese, correct? And you're fluent.
Yeah, but as far as like conversation I would say like what would you rate it as? Like a fifth grader or sixth grader?
Yeah, but you like
have a conversation.
you could totally get by though, right?
Yeah,
like 1,000%.
Like I wouldn't be able to properly translate a contract like professionally. You know what I mean?
Right.
We call each other like ABCs, so American born Chinese. So when we say, oh, are you ABC too? Yeah, we know. And kind of like the whole Spanglish thing. So we do the same. So at least people that I know, we would like speaking Cantonese, like, 你知唔知道個 fax machine 喺邊度啊? Like meaning you just start merging in English words because you have no idea how to say it in Cantonese.
Yes.
So do you know where the fax machine is? You just start doing that. But yeah, I speak
so funny.
Cantonese, but I went to Chinese summer school to learn Mandarin. And that I feel like that's the more common one that people would associate with like, oh, what's Chinese? But Cantonese is more of like for Hong Kong, so that's where my dad's side is. Yeah,
Very cool. I just would love to know another language. It's so hard in the US because we just don't learn, like it's just not a priority to learn any other languages here, especially in our education system. And I'm so sad because now that I'm an adult, it's so much harder to learn
I
things.
know it's harder to like soak it up, right?
Yeah, like my brain's not a sponge anymore, and I want.
Yeah.
I wish it was. But,
And your dad didn't speak Japanese with you growing up as a kid?
Not really. No, not really. My dad knows a lot more than he lets on, but he didn't really teach us. So, but it is something that's like kind of on my list of things that I personally want to do over the next couple of years, is like really make an attempt at learning Japanese.
Yeah.
And some of my other family members, like my cousin, I know that she's like right now, like actively learning how to speak the language. And so I'm like, okay, she kind of like inspired me to be like, okay, it's time to try. So I got to figure out what the best what the best way is. But it's
Yeah.
definitely not talking to my family about it. That's for sure.
How's how is she learning it? Is it like online or actually trying to immerse with someone real, like a human, and just
So
asking and talking all the time?
she has an app on her phone. I don't know what app she uses. I need to ask her, but she has an app on her phone. And so she does like daily activities on there that's
Hmm.
getting her to learn, which is
Hmm.
what I need to do. I need to gamify my learning of the
Yeah.
Japanese language. Like I've learned this about myself, especially with streaming, that like if I gamify things, I tend to get things done. So, especially stuff that requires like a lot of brain power and bandwidth, like, so if I had like a game, it's the same thing with like working out or exercising. Like
Hmm.
during the pandemic, I had such a hard time because we were all stuck inside, whatever.
Hmm.
Um, I got oh my God, what was it called? The Switch Fit thing,
Yes.
with the
Uh-huh.
ring. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
The Ring Fit. Um, and that kept me, like, exercising, like, every day. And it's not because of anything that I'm, like, in competition with something, either
Hmm.
myself or the game AI, whatever, and it was, like, gamifying that made it so I wanted to do it more. So I've learned that about myself, that if I can find something that gamifies learning a language enough,
Hmm.
like, I think I'll do it, and I think I'll stick to it, you know?
Yeah.
So
And I wonder, like, if maybe there's something you can do. Oh, I don't know if this would be like encouraging for you to like do it, to learn on stream with your chat. I don't know if that would give you like an extra incentive to do that.
yeah, maybe. Maybe. That's actually a really good idea.
You can make it fun, and then it's like you're forcing yourself, like, well, today is on the schedule.
Yeah.
Gotta learn Japanese today with everybody.
That's a really good idea. I'll look into see like what like apps or games or whatever will be good for that. That's a really good idea. I have some of my I see some of my people, my moderators and stuff in chat. Would you all want to do that with me? Do you want to learn Japanese with me?
Anything Japanese is so super duper cool. So,
Yeah. We struggle through the words.
Monsi learned
All
some
right.
words by watching cooking videos, making foods. Yeah, the foods.
It's I have many people in my community who English is not their first language and their
Oh.
English is so good. And I'm
Hmm.
like, "How did you learn?" And it was from watching movies, playing games in
Yes.
English. And so I'm like, that's kind of what you have to do, is you kind of have to like immerse yourself
Hmm.
into being forced to like listen to the language, speak the language, or like, so I know that that's something I have to do as well. Like,
Hmm.
maybe I should finally start getting into anime where I have to listen
Oh,
to the
right.
Japanese dialogue,
Yeah.
So
Actually, that's interesting you brought that up. My lady friend, she said that she watches Hong Kong dramas, uh, so that she can, just sharpen her ear for Cantonese. So that is something very, I feel like, useful. Just exactly what you mentioned. Like, yeah, watch anime, but in original language, Japanese.
yeah. Even if it's like not, even if you can't understand everything, like you are training your brain to listen for certain
Mhm, picking up
sounds
the
and all of that, right?
tonalities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Anime is helpful.
Duolingo.
Yeah.
Mod
I want to learn
Duolingo
Spanish.
battles. All right. Do we want to show this last dish that I think that's everything,
Yes.
right? Okay. We have one
Oh, the
more.
mochi too.
Oh, we do have the mochi too. Where's my
Oh, wait.
mochi?
Oh, yeah, I have the bag.
What is some?
As you find that, I'm gonna put my sushi back in the fridge.
Okay, yeah, I put mine back in my
You're so smart. I should have did that.
Okay, so we have two things. I have two things to share then. Two more things. I came with a whole feast. Yeah, I did get mochi from a really awesome place in LA. So I get to eat all of this. I'm so excited. Okay. So, my house always had rice available. Always. We had really fancy rice cookers that would literally stay on all the time and keep rice warm, and we'd make more rice like every couple of days. So coming home from school, there was always rice for me to eat. So I did make rice. This is a really big bowl. This is called I hope it's the proper name. But chawan is the bowl that holds rice. See, now I'm like really self-conscious because now I'm worried I'm going to say something I'm not supposed to. But
No, don't worry.
I didn't fill it up all the way. I didn't fill it up all the way, but I always have a bowl of rice, and there's like stuff you can put on it to just if you want to eat the rice. But one of the things that I used to always eat is something called chazke, and it is basically like a soup. It's rice, and it's usually the broth is usually green tea. That's how it's made like traditionally, but there are other ways that you can make it as well. And how it kind of came about was that when you were done eating your meal and you would have your green tea at the end, you would pour it in your bowl and get the rest of the rice out, and then you would drink it like a soup. So, and then like I guess over the years, like people just kept leaving more and more rice in their bowl. I don't know, but now it's a full bowl of rice. So, I didn't make green tea because I wanted to show this particular item because this is what I had growing up, and it was so easy for me as a child to make it because I would just have to heat up water. And it's this here. It's like these little instant packets.
I was so happy when I actually found this. It's like, oh, yes.
Yeah, and then the one that you have is actually called ochazke, which ocha is tea. So I don't know if that one maybe is like a specific tea flavor. This one is a little bit more generic. I don't know what this says. I'm so sorry, I can't read it. But there's also one that is an umeboshi chazke, which umeboshi is like a sour plum. Very, very delicious, but very sour. So if you don't like sour stuff, you might not like it.
Okay, and you're right. This one, I'm looking at the ingredients. So green tea powder is in this one. How about yours?
Yeah. So like this one is more of like it looks like it's like more of a fish base or a bonito base.
Okay.
So that one it looks like is more tea. But then there's also like a salmon one. They have like little dried salmon flakes in there, which is really good. So there's all different types of flavors. This one, so this one is more of like a fish base, like a fish broth. And I'll show you what it looks like. So you just pour it like over your rice.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what it looks like. And there's like seaweed in there.
That's nice.
There's seaweed in there. There's little like senbei balls in there. And there's
of course.
like
Ooh, oh my gosh. Did you pour the whole thing? Do you use the whole thing?
So it can be very strong, but you can dilute it however much you want. I do the whole packet.
I did the whole, okay.
Yeah, I do the whole packet. So there you go there. That's what it looks like. And you can see like the little like pellets, broth pellets in there.
I've never had this.
And then all you do is pour hot water. My water is now lukewarm.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Mine's not hot anymore. Is that going to be okay?
So yeah, it might be a little weird, but so you pour your hot water in there.
How much do you
Yours
do?
is probably going to be more green than mine.
Okay.
Also, now that it's not hot, it's like not really diluting. But this is kind of what you get.
Oh, okay, you go more. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you fill it up. Like you make it almost like a soup.
Okay.
And you get this and you just like mix it up. You can put like a little bit of sesame oil in here, which is what I do. I put some like chili flakes in there. You can put a little like ume, which is like a plum paste in there. You could put wasabi in there. I like to eat it with Japanese like pickles. So
Ooh, yeah.
this one is specifically called takwan, which is like daikon. Very stinky. So be careful if you buy it and open it up. Your apartment will or your house will smell. Will be a little stinky, but it's a good stink. So and then you just eat it. I mean, you can eat it with a spoon, but I slurp it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do it like you.
Mine's gonna be a little cold, I think.
No, definitely mine is too.
But you see,
that's savory.
like, it's very savory, a little bit salty, probably has MSG in it. But you can get like the seaweed flavor and then the little crunch balls in there kind of give it like a little bit of texture.
Yes. This is my first time having this.
Oh, really?
Do they not have this at the restaurants?
So some places do have it. Usually, so if I go to like a Japanese pub, they will sometimes have it, but usually they would rather have things like ramen or udon or like other things. It's very rare that you find this. And usually when they have it in restaurants, it's more of like an actual soup. Like it's an actual broth. It's not really like tea.
Right. I totally get what you're saying because I like this more because it's so homey and it's so simple, you know? So I can, of course I want to only make the things that are more popular, you know, available.
Yeah, this is definitely more of like, and this isn't really, I eat this for a meal. Like I'll have this, I will eat. I'll sometimes have like other little dishes. So I'll definitely have like an array of pickles. Like this is one, I will have like 5 or 6 different pickles to eat with it. And then sometimes I'll even have like maybe a small piece of salmon with it. Cause you get like the salmon with this is really good too. You can even like break off pieces of salmon and throw it in there. Very, very good. And then, so I'll eat this as a meal, but this was really meant to be like a finisher for a meal. Or you pour your tea afterwards, after your meal. So this was like, so at this one sushi restaurant I went to when I was a kid, I would have, after I was done eating sushi, this is what I would have. This would be my last thing that I would have at the end of my meal.
I feel like we have been missing. Okay, I really love this right now because I did have the green tea. It's so good. Like the tea gives it like an extra depth, and I know for most people it might sound like weird. Like what did you do? Did you just pour green tea into your rice? But with the seaweed and the MSG in there, it has a seaweed flavor, a savory flavor, and then with the tea, I really enjoy that.
It's much better when it's hot.
Yeah, I know. I was like, look, for you, I am eating rice. Obviously, I did not make this at the house. I got it from the place. I'm deprived myself of freaking rice. So this, I'm going to do this later. Oh my God. This is so good.
Yeah,
so
it's
homey.
really hot. It's very homey, very comforting. This is definitely a comfort meal for me when I'm sick. I make this because it's easy. Like I almost always have rice going. So all I have to do is just like scoop out a bowl of rice and boil some water and like that's it. And these packets are not that expensive. I think this was like $3 or $4 and there's 6 of them in here.
Same.
So
Yes, for me too. So here you go. Just for everybody, if you want to get this, try to find this at your store. Please try this. And you said you did yours with just the hot water today. Do you normally do with tea, or it just depends on your feeling?
I almost never. I love these because it has all the stuff in it, so I almost always make it with this. It's very rare that I'll actually do it with green tea.
Okay.
Just because these are so convenient and has all the flavor in it already. So
I really love the simple stuff. When you mentioned this to me, and you said, "Oh, it's like a tea rice soup." So, as a kid, because because I had never heard of anyone else even mention this until you, all these decades later. The first time I was exposed to tea literally being poured into a freaking bowl of rice, I didn't like it because that was from my dad. And my memory was like early in the morning, like 5, 6 a.m. My momster's rushing, it's still dark, rushing to get ready for work. And the thing with my dad is like, he likes to just throw everything together, like all the leftovers. So I would personally hate that. I'm like, no, my most favorite dish, and you just mixed it with this, and now it's like slop. Ugh. So I was already so mad about that as a kid. So anywho, I thought that he had no taste. Like, what are you doing? And he would do this for my momster. So she would be like, I remember standing in the bathroom light, getting ready, her makeup or whatever she was doing. And then he would bring a tray, and because she had to go work first, he went to work later because he worked at a restaurant at the time. And he would just have, I think for us, it might have been like oolong tea. He would just pour so much tea and literally it's just like rice soup. And he would make me eat that too as my breakfast. And I was like, there's no flavor. It's just tea and rice. So freaking weird. Anyway, fast forward to when you mentioned this. I felt so bad. I felt so terrible knowing that this is something that's meaning I was so disrespectful. I didn't even realize. I thought it was his own little concoction is what I'm getting to. I thought it was his own sloppy slop concoction. Tea, rice, there you go. I didn't know it was an Asian thing. I just felt so ignorant that day when you mentioned this. And that's why I got so excited to try this again. I might have been, I don't know, 7, 6, something like that. Those memories, 10-ish. And now having this, I'm like, I get it. This is something I have not heard about until you.
And you can like make it how you want it. So if you wanted to have a bunch more flavor to it, you can add stuff to it. So like for me, I love all the stuff. Like put all the stuff in here. Put the ume paste, put the wasabi, all to have everything in there. And it's so comforting for me. And this really reminds me of home. This was when you asked me about what foods, this was the first thing that I thought about. Because this is so, it's very Japanese, first of all. This is like something that you would not see normally in a restaurant here, right? But it's also something that you don't really see in a Japanese restaurant either. And it was something that we ate all the time at home, and definitely when I was sick as well. So yeah, very excited to share that.
Yeah, so thank you for introducing me to this and realizing like that I need to ask my dad about this. Like I need to ask him about like his version, where it was just like, did you grow up in the village having something like this? Because it's like when you get older, you start to, and then you see your parents age, at least for me, because mine had me late. So my father's like in his 80s. Like I need to ask him about this to see where this was. What did he do? Like, how are y'all eating this? Probably out of necessity and no waste, like Monzi was saying, nothing goes to waste. Like, where did this come from?
Yeah, that's the thing too, is like rice is so important, so it's like no waste. Like, at the bottom of the barrel of the rice cooker, it's like when it's a little crusty and a little old, like they would throw it and do this with it because, it was still, that's how they could, it's not wasteful, and same thing is like you have a little bit of rice at the bottom of your bowl, like throw some tea in there and drink it up, So yeah, I'm glad that we were able to show this. Highly recommend everybody at least trying it. If you like soups, if you like, especially like really savory, salty soups, like this, this is good.
And like you said, the one I so happen to get is more of the green tea flavor. And if you obviously, if you don't, guys, if you don't ever you go to Asian store and you're trying to explore, you're like, what is this? What's going on? Just because if you're in America, you're required to always have English ingredients. So just that's a little cheat code. You could look. You could look to see. But you said there's one that's bonito based, so more fish.
Yeah, this one is like more of a fish base.
Fish base. There's a plum one.
There's a plum, and then there's a salmon one as
Okay,
well.
salmon one. Okay.
This is bonito. This is more bonito, but there's a salmon one as well. And what's great about this is like a really inexpensive way to get full. Like,
I can imagine.
I know
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And you know, people talk about, yeah, the 90-cent ramen packets in school and college, you know, the top ramen. Like, this was my top ramen, you know? Like, this was it, because it's rice and this and hot water, and it was like such an easy way to get the food that I needed and not have to spend a fortune on it, especially when, you know, times were tough in school, in college, you know.
You just made a really good point. If any young niece and nephews are out there and y'all are in school, you're struggling, forego the instant noodle, because the reason why, or the ramen packets. Okay, look, the seasoning is gonna, in this one, it's a little bit more clean because it's meaning less ingredients is the better than if you look at the ingredients of like an instant noodle package. Additionally, those noodles are fried. That's how they preserve that for you. So it's already being soaked with like not healthy oils. So you're right. Get this if you need the flavor. And then hot water or hot tea and rice. And that's how you can get filled up for really cheap if you're struggling like that, you know?
The instant noodles too have so much sodium in them. They're so bad for you.
Right.
These don't have as much sodium in them as the ramen.
Yeah, it's not that salty. I mean, it's just like, it's just right to me, I feel like.
And you can, if it's too salty, you can do half a packet, or,
Good point.
or do more water or whatever. Like, you can make it how you like it. So, yeah.
Yeah. What were you eating in university? What are your memories of, what did you have to do?
Like,
food?
this was definitely one of them. Yes, definitely this. Lots of peanut butter and lots of like tuna, like canned tuna.
Whoa, together?
No.
Okay.
No, like peanut butter. Like, I had peanut butter on, like peanut butter on bagels, peanut butter on toast, like peanut butter on apples. Like, it was such a cheap way to get the protein that I needed.
Yes. Crunchy or smooth? We must know.
I really like crunchy peanut butter.
Okay.
I like the texture of it, but I know that I'm probably in the minority. And then canned tuna, like on a bagel, was what I ate a lot in college. Actually, so much that I don't really do canned tuna anymore because I ate too much of it.
Yeah.
But those were like really cheap ways for me to get like the food that I like, the protein and the carbs that I needed. Plus, when I was at school, I didn't have a car. I walked everywhere, and so like the carbs and the protein were like what I needed.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, those are, and then lots of chazke with it. So yeah.
What brand peanut butter too? Because I know that's like the thing that everyone can relate to.
Oh, I really didn't have a preference. I think it was just whatever was on sale.
Yeah.
Because I love a sale.
I feel you. Yeah. These days, do you still do the peanut butter? Do you have a preference now?
You know what? Now I'm bougie and I like almond butter.
Exactly.
But I do
Same.
like almond butter on like an apple. Like, I love that as
Me
a
too,
snack.
me too.
Other than that, I don't really eat it too much. But mostly on apples. My palate has shifted quite a bit as I've gotten older. Like, I've really geared a lot more towards fruit and veggies, like a ton. I love fruit. I probably eat too much of it because I know it's like a lot of sugar. I will eat a alarmingly just an alarming amount of fruit in one sitting. And it could be anything. It could be oranges, watermelon, pineapple, mango, like anything. And if you put it in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. So
Well, you know what? The good news is, so I recently watched this podcast with this researcher that specializes. Oh, I forget. Anyway, but legit researcher. And that question was posed. What about the fruit? We know about the whole sugar situation, but he said actually, not as bad as you think, because as long as you're eating the fruit itself, it's not like you're blasting it in the blender and just drinking all of it. The fiber, the fiber will help you with that. So it's not as bad as you think.
I
Yeah.
don't really drink a lot of juices because I don't like sweet drinks.
Yeah.
And I don't really drink like smoothies or anything. Like I will eat the fruit, like oranges and apples and all of that. So that's good to know because I do
Yes.
eat a lot of it. And vegetables too. Like I love green leafy vegetables and whereas like I feel like when I was younger, I geared a lot towards like protein and carbs, probably because my body could handle it. And I feel like now my body cannot handle it like it could when I was in college.
Same. It's happening to all of us.
Yep.
I know that
Yep.
feel.
Okay, so the very last thing I had is dessert.
Yes. Ready for you.
Okay, so my favorite thing is mochi. And I know some people have like kind of might have a skewed version of mochi. So like some people talk about like mochi ice cream or
Yeah.
like mochi like in their frozen yogurt, but the mochi that I grew up with looks more like this.
Ooh.
So
They're just so pretty.
aren't they gorgeous? So, which tends to be when they're this pretty, they tend to be a little bit more expensive. But look, there's
Absolutely.
like
I
a little,
just had these little
flower
packets.
on there.
Yeah. Tell us about yours.
So all of these have like the sweet beans in them. Some of them are the darker beans, and some of them are the white beans, but they're very sweet. And this is my absolute favorite. So it's very chewy, and it's really thick, so you can't really eat a lot of it. But it is, I love mochi. It's one of my absolute favorites. And there is a place in Little Tokyo in LA that has been around forever.
Yeah.
And they have a line out the door, and this is from them.
Oh man, I never saw that when I went there.
So there's that one.
Okay.
And then,
They're
there's
so
that one
lovely.
there. Aren't they so pretty?
Yeah. That's the real deal right there. Yeah. Oh, and you mentioned earlier that when you get the mochi these days, it's going to be, it's not like usually not made fresh unless you can find a place. And you are absolutely correct, because I was like, I have to find one that's like product of Japan. So I'm like, oh God, how long has this been sitting in this package? It would be flown over.
Yeah. I mean, they do have, there's all different types of mochi, and they're all good. They're all good, but sometimes I'll splurge and get this one because I really like it. It's super soft. And I'll show you here. I'm going to bite into one that you can see the inside.
Are yours kind of dense too? Yeah. That looks so good. Beautiful texture. And always never too sweet. That's what I really love about Asian desserts. And honestly, those are the only things I can eat now. And if I do eat any American, like cake is my vice. It's really my big vice. I have to go to an Asian place to get cake. I can't really eat American cake anymore. It's so
They
sweet.
do. Yeah, it's overly sweet. I don't know what it is about like the cakes you get at like the Japanese market that they have a sweetness to them, but it doesn't feel artificially sweet, if that makes sense. You know how you go to like
yes, I do
the
know.
store and like you get frosting on a cake, and the frosting is just like so you can just tell it's like manufactured sugar, It whereas like the cakes, I don't know what they do, but the cakes that I get at the market at the Asian market are just so light and fluffy, and there's like a hint of sweetness to it. And so like, I don't know, they're just not so heavy, I guess.
You're absolutely correct. It is because so at the Asian places, they're very, very likely using real ingredients. So meaning sugar is gonna be sugar what you have in mind, envisioned. Mass produced places, obviously, like if you're getting it in a package, you know, that's a no-brainer. But like, I think even I can't say for sure, but these grocery stores or major places, if especially if it's like a chain, they'll already have it like think of like a box cake, right? It's already made at the bigger factory, and then they get the bags of the basic ingredients, and then they're mixing it at the restaurant, you know. And part of what's in there is like so much preservatives, and the sugar might not even be, not all the time, but most of the time, I think it's not real sugar. It's something cheaper. That's what's killing us here in America.
We also love we love our corn syrups here, which is so bad for you. And that's why there are so many things that we offer here in the US that are not even legal to sell in other countries.
Yeah. There's this, I think it was from that same gentleman. Again, I forgot his actual specialty, but he mentioned about the sugar. So it's perfect that you brought that up. So imagine like bags of actual real sugar and just the transportation of that, and think of it on like a mass scale. Okay, now switch over to vats, meaning like, you know, industrial sized barrels of the liquid sugar. And that sugar completely affects our body differently because it's so intense and potent and concentrated. That's what we're consuming, and that's what's messing up our bodies, at least here in America. And so imagine the transportation of those vats, those barrels. It's much more efficient. So in the bigger scope of things, the bigger picture, that's more cost effective than using the real bags of the sugar. So that's why that is opted for, but it's a whole different taste. And then bodies are changing because of that too. Yeah. And I love what you said about the just desserts, Asian bakeries. You can like taste what's going on. Like if this is strawberry or if this is chocolate, so delicious, because the sugar there is just to kind of to give you that light sweetness. You get to still taste the flavor, what the essence of what it is. You know, if it's a strawberry cake, it's a strawberry cake. You taste it. But like, unfortunately, like American style stuff, it's just now it's like, it tastes like metal to me, if that makes sense. It's kind of weird. These packaged
goodies.
It feels
synthetic. Yeah, it feels synthetic. It tastes synthetic. It doesn't feel natural. Like when you have a strawberry flavored something, like you can tell when something is like artificial strawberry versus regular strawberry. Like you can just tell like this is trying to be strawberry.
Yes, trying to be. That's a good way to put it.
You know,
yeah, it's like one dimension. There's not like the tartness, the sweetness, and everything in between.
Yeah. So I love like Japanese desserts, specifically mochi, but all of them really. There's also like this little they sell it there. I haven't seen it there recently. But there's these like little donuts that are in the refrigerated section, and they are so good, and they're unlike any other donut I've ever had. But they're mini donuts. They almost look like those Hostess like mini donuts, you know. But they're the texture is different, and they're not too sweet, and you can just totally taste the difference between that and like a donut you would get here, you know. I forget what they're called, but that's like just a really good example.
Mochi donut, are you?
No, it's not a mochi donut. No, it's like an actual donut. It's like in a package, like in the refrigerated section at the market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a new thing that I have discovered that I actually like is mochi donuts.
Mochi donuts are delicious.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
And I feel more satiated with that and
There
not as
there is
bad.
a place here that does mochi corn dogs, mochi dogs. So instead of like the
Ooh.
cornbread batter, they
Hmm.
do mochi batter,
Hmm.
and then they do the mochi donuts also.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Do
So
you have like a
that's
flavor mochi or the topping really, a mochi donut that you go for? Like the
Oh
chocolate
no.
or
I
the
mean, I don't really discriminate against donuts at all. I'll eat them all.
I was saying I'm like, give me all of them.
Yeah. I do like anything like green tea flavored, like green tea ice cream
Hmm.
or green tea cake, like anything that's green tea, like give it to me. I will demolish it. So
Yeah.
maybe green tea?
Yeah. Um, Whenever I eat the mochi donut, because I originally was like, is this another food trend? Whatever. I'm going to be a contrarian. I'm not going to eat this. Gosh dang it. Well, I'm going to eat my real donut. Shoot. So these days, how about you? I tend to go simpler now. So if I were to have a real donut, I just want the glaze and then
Oh yeah.
the chocolate. Okay. Yeah.
Actually the chocolate is what I would like, the chocolate
Mm,
like frosting on the
yes.
top.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I know. I go simple. Like I don't need the Fruit Loops donut or Fruity
Yeah.
Pebbles donut
The
or
Oreo and the
s'mores.
bacon all up on there. Hmm.
I don't need that. No, give me something simple.
Yeah.
I like simple.
And when I discovered the mochi donut, I realized you do not feel as heavy after eating this. And
Mhm.
it's so satisfying. So I tend to go for that now versus like real donut.
Yeah, I tend to like simpler desserts in general. Like
Hmm.
I would much rather have a plain cheesecake, slice of cheesecake versus like something that's dressed with like a bunch of stuff on it, you know?
Mm, hmm.
So, I definitely would go more towards the basic the basic stuff, you know?
Yeah. Your memory of this mochi, do you remember like your first time having mochi though?
Yeah, it was actually, a family friend of ours would always come down and visit us, and he would go to this place, this
Mm.
place, and he would drive in. It was kind of far away that he would drive to get it and then come to us, and it was a long drive, and it would come with, like, just a variety of, like, a dozen different types of mochi, and it was my favorite thing to be able to, like, open up the box and look at all the pretty colors and then pick the one that I wanted to eat, and it was my favorite thing because we very rarely got it,
Hmm.
and it was usually for, like, a holiday, and so just, like, having the box and, like, opening up like, the white box with, like, the sticker over the side, and you just take up the sticker and you open up the box and you see them all. It was, like, the most exciting thing to be able to pick which one I wanted.
Ah, like a beautiful present that you can actually eat.
Yeah. Exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. There's, one that is, like, it doesn't have, like, the beans in it. It's just, like, it's almost like a rectangle, like a cube, and it's an orange one, and that was always my brother's. My brother always got the orange mochi. I was not allowed to have that one, which was fine because I liked the ones with the beans in it, but that's, like, a distinct memory that I have.
Oh, wow. That's so lovely. Now, knowing that your mom tries to learn how to cook such a broad range, did she try to make mochi? Has she made it for you?
No, you know what? That was the one thing my mom didn't really do is she wasn't really like a baker or a dessert maker. She
Ah.
very much stuck with like savory meals and
Hmm.
savory foods. That was something that she really didn't dive into. I, on the other hand, did a little bit of baking when I lived at home and all of that. I liked making desserts and I liked baking. And I still do some baking today, usually for the holiday time. But yeah, she did not do that. So anytime we got like desserts, especially Japanese desserts like mochi, it was very, very special.
Ah, I see. What would you bake as a kid? Do you remember?
So I bake cookies and like treats. So every holiday time I bake like 1,500 cookies.
Wow.
Like a lot of cookies, and I ship them
Yeah.
out to my moderators. I give my moderators buckets of cookies for the holidays.
You're like Nurse
Um,
freaking Huckleberry making this, or no, wait, no, Moodles making she
Hoodles.
made the no bake cookies and then also the chocolate peanut butter cookies. So what kind of cookies did you make for your moderators?
So I did 4 different cookies, 5 different cookies this time.
Wow.
So I did they're called Scotcheroos. They're peanut butter Rice Krispies, and they have chocolate and butterscotch on them. So I did that. And then I did the haystacks, which are like the fried noodles and peanuts, and covered them in chocolate and butterscotch, and they look like little haystacks. And then I did like a tea cake, which is like a round cookie that's rolled in powdered sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I did an Italian ricotta cookie with
Oh my
homemade
God.
frosting.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a lemon cookie as well. So I did 5 different types of cookies, and I sent them like a big Tupperware filled with them. And I do that every year. And then I also like give them out to friends and family and stuff. So I do that. But then like growing up, I liked to do desserts. Like I perfected like a creme brulee.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
haystack.
there's
Just in case if people weren't familiar, because I actually was not familiar.
Cocoa cookies are top tier. Thank you. Yeah, it takes me 2 full days to bake all the cookies.
I can
Like 2
imagine
full
5
days.
different cookies. Woo.
And then when I was younger, I learned how to make creme brulee. Are you familiar with creme brulee?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, with like the sugar, the burnt sugar on top. Yes.
Yeah.
I had a little torch and everything. I haven't made it in a really, really, really long time though, but that was one of my specialties that people always asked for whenever we had like big get-togethers with family. They wanted me to make that. So,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. How were family get-togethers? So you have a collision of both magical worlds. So how would like your holiday meals or the suppers look like?
It was always, I mean, I have a fairly big family, so it was always, we never like sat at a dining room table together. Like it was
Okay.
very much family style. It's like kind of a running joke because when you're like half Japanese and half like something else, because like my other family members, like we have all different types of cultures like that have married into our family. But it's just so funny because like you'll have this like really weird spread of food. Like it's not really cohesive because you have like a mixing pot of all different like cuisines. So you'll have, you know, anything from sushi. You'll have like a pot of rice, and then you'll have like, I don't know, steak or whatever they had. It was just like really random stuff, but it was always family style, and we would just like go and you would just get what you want, and you just kind of mingle with each other and sit down where you find a place and eat and vibe and
Yeah.
have a cocktail, like
That
it
sounds
was
like
very
an
casual.
international
Always.
buffet table right there.
Sort of. Yeah, very, very similar to that. Like our most recent one had, what did we have? We had like steamed clams, roasted duck, sushi. We had tamales. We had
Wow.
yeah, we just had like a wide variety of stuff. And people can just like eat what they want, There were chicken wings there. There were I can't even remember what else. It was just like a lot of random stuff. But it's great. Like who cares? Who cares? It doesn't have to be a cohesive meal. Like
Oh,
let's just make
that
good
sounds
stuff,
so wonderful to me. Yeah.
So, yeah. It was it's good. I love our get-together. There's always lots of good food there.
Uh-huh. Someone in the chat also said, for them it's like is their Thanksgiving and Christmas was a mix of the American and English foods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to be at your house. I want to have like the sushi, the tamales, and Italian food. A little bit of
Yeah,
everything.
it's really a little bit of everything, and there's always too much. There's always too much food. There's
Yeah.
always too much food, and everybody goes home with more food that they can eat, and um, but that's kind of like just how our holidays go, you know.
I think you did mention this already, um, but coming home from like after school. So maybe, well, so you mentioned that you had the daycare, the
Mm-hmm.
Japanese lady's house, but like if it's like maybe like a weekday with no, or excuse me, weekend with no school, what was the thing that your mom or your dad, like what's like the little snack or treat that they would have ready for you or that you look forward to? Or maybe it's not. It's like something in the back of the freezer that you remember as a kid.
I did always enjoy like having breakfast on the weekends. Like my mom would make breakfast, like eggs and like, well, bacon for the rest of the family. It wasn't for me, but like eggs and bacon and toast and potatoes,
Uh-huh.
because that wouldn't happen during the week because, my parents worked and we had to go to school. So like breakfast during the weekdays were very simple, like, a cup of oatmeal or whatever. But on the weekends, like that was cool. It's like having full lavish breakfast. Um And then, like, weekends were usually Sundays was, like, sushi night if we decided to go out to eat sushi, so I always looked forward to that because it was my favorite meal, but obviously we couldn't go all the time because,
Mm-hmm.
like, sushi's expensive, but, like, when we would go, like, I knew that it was gonna be on, like, a Sunday night, so that was always really exciting too, but my mom cooked all the time, so I was never I was never deprived of her cooking, and so it was just constant looking forward to whatever she had up her sleeve, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what would she make sushi for you or like other types of Japanese cuisines?
Other types of food,
Mm-hmm.
not sushi. We'd always go out for sushi,
Mm-hmm.
but she would make like tempura, like homemade tempura at home.
Mm.
She would make lots of like teriyaki meals, like if it's teriyaki salmon, or she would always make really good like stir fries. Um, she would like those are the types of things that she would make at home, like very like full hearty meals. But when it came to like sushi or anything like that, like we would either bring it in from the Japanese market or go out to dinner.
Mm-hmm. Were there any times where they were like, or did your mom get so experimental where there's like a fusion mishap? Like she tried to blend this and that and like from one of
Um,
the different
I cannot
heritage.
I cannot remember one time where I thought that my mom had a mishap in the kitchen. I was so
Wow.
lucky. I was
Mm-hmm.
so lucky growing up. She was an incredible, incredible cook. Um, but yeah, no mishaps. I
Oh,
mean,
mhm.
like if she was trying out like a new fryer or a new like gadget in the kitchen, like maybe something would happen, but it would never taste bad. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it would still
Yeah.
taste real good. It's just maybe the texture was a little off or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But she also would she would experiment, and her experiments always came out great. So yeah.
Um, you mentioned breakfast, and I almost forgot to ask you. We have this thing now. I don't know how it happened. Uh, okay. Let's just say you have a full, bona fide, big old plate of breakfast. So American breakfast. So you got your eggs. By the way, how do you like your eggs?
Over easy.
A
Over
good
easy. Like
choice. Okay.
sunny side up. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So there's still the yolk. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got your pancakes. And let's just say the pancakes are in the same plate. And then you have your savory stuff. So for you, whatever else you would have on your breakfast plate. But the main question is, if you have syrup on your pancake, is it a touch or no touch situation between your syrup and your eggs?
Oh, touching never bothered me. But I don't usually eat my pancakes, waffles, or French toast with syrup. I very, very rarely eat maple syrup.
Whoa.
It is
Okay.
way too sweet for me. So I like whipped cream and berries instead on my waffles, pancakes. So no syrup at all, no butter, just like whipped cream and berries.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
that's a first one. You're the first one to answer
Yeah,
that
I don't.
that
Syrup
way.
is too overly sweet for me, and I don't really like sweet breakfast in general. Like it's very rare that I want sweet breakfast. Like I would much prefer savory. But when I was a kid and I did have syrup on my stuff, like that never, the touching never bothered me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just because I love to drown in syrup.
Is the touching okay for you, or is it not okay?
I have not tried it, but just the thought of it. But because I haven't had that kind of breakfast in so long, I don't know how the conversation came up in the first place. But now it's a thing. So now my chat wants me to do it. So we're gonna do that soon.
Eggs and syrup is not as bad as you would think it is.
See, everybody keeps saying that, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay. And then others have said like, oh, you know what? Try your eggs on top of the pancake that's drowned in syrup too. I'm like, oh my God, okay.
That might be too much. I don't know. I'm not sold on that one.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, really? Okay, I'm going to try it though. You know I am. And then someone in the chat said this and also shared the photo in the Discord of poached egg with syrup. Like, how is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, I wouldn't intentionally mix them together, but if they're like touching on a plate, then I'm not bothered by it. But I'm not going to intentionally do eggs.
Yeah, I'm against the touching when it comes to syrup and eggs, I think. But we're going to find out soon.
These messages in chat are wild. There's already eggs in the pancakes. You're just reuniting them. Please.
Please. Oh, and they want me to ask you, how do you like your cereal? What's that about?
Oh, did one of my people ask that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, people get weird when I say that I pour my milk before I pour my cereal. Because I don't like soggy cereal. So I don't like pour all my cereal in a bowl when I eat it. And I don't really eat cereal anyway because it's all too sweet for me. But I pour my milk in a bowl. And then I pour a little bit of cereal and then I eat it. And then I pour a little bit more and eat it because I cannot stand soggy cereal. It has to be crunchy.
Same.
So I pour a little bit at a time instead of like a whole bowl that's been sitting in milk. So yeah. It's not that weird. People act like I'm like, really
they're like
weird
blasphemer.
For doing that. No, it's not. It's not that weird. I just don't like soggy cereal. I don't like the texture. Because I also don't love milk either. So when I feel like I have soggy cereal, I feel like I'm just eating solid milk. Like that's what it feels like to me, and I don't like that. Don't like that at all. So
yeah,
I know I don't drink milk ever unless I have cereal, but I very rarely eat cereal. So
yeah, likewise here too. You just brought back a memory. Yeah, I hated that sogginess with certain types of cereal. Well, probably most of them, right? Yeah, you want that crunch. So I would just keep going and going because, oh, well, this is soggy. I'm going to have to start a new bowl. Means more cereal for me. Like try to get the ratio right. And like pour big bowl of cereal and then only a couple splashes of milk and like start eating it from the bottom.
Yeah.
Your way is so much smarter.
I had to learn that was the way that worked best for me. Just because I just felt like I was wasting so much cereal because I would get a few bites in and be too soggy and I just throw the rest out because
right.
I don't like the sogginess.
Yeah. Also, if
So,
you use whole milk,
oh,
it
I
takes
never
longer
drink
to
whole
get
milk.
soggy. Sorry? You don't use whole milk?
I can never, no, no. That's like too thick for me. Yeah, non-fat everything for me. So,
Well, I was going to say, I have to go to the restroom. Would you like to take a pee break? And then I
um,
have like finishing questions, fun,
yeah,
just fun stuff, or
yeah,
and whatever else you want to share.
yeah. I mean, I think I've told a lot of my stories. So,
Okay, okay.
um, yeah, whatever questions you have, I can answer them and we can kind of wrap up here.
Sounds
I
good.
shared a lot of food. There's a lot of food here.
Yeah, I know. I'm also thinking like, yeah, I can't wait to dive into it later.
I know, right? Yeah, we can take a quick break if you'd
Okay,
like.
we'll be back, you guys. I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick.
All right, I'm gonna go run and grab a drink.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty, what did you get to drink?
Oh, I had some iced tea in my
Ooh.
fridge. What was that you in that video wrapping
Oh,
something in like a banana leaf?
no, those are stock videos. A bunch
Oh,
of
I was
stock
like, oh my
food
God, what are you
videos.
making?
I do because of this, and especially you just being so generous with like your stories. Hearing everyone talk about their upbringing and like making so I see a common denominator with all of you all so far from the Twitch Women's Guild. You guys know how to cook. You guys know how to make your most favorite thing. And I have accidentally deprived myself of that. So I'm making it a point of, you know, reconnecting with what I grew up with as a kid so that I can make sure I know how to make it. And also to indeed cook more for myself, to take care. You know, I always tell the chat, like, think of your body and your health as your future insurance, you know? So try to eat less of the raunchy chaunch and try to and try to be more mindful of what we're putting in our body, because I know the easy stuff is really not good for us and it's going to mess us up. We're going to totally regret it later. Yeah. So thank you for sharing about the cookies, because I have not made cookies until recently with Moohoodles. And I realized, like, this whole time I've been using all this fake sugars and almond flours. Like, it just doesn't, just make it with the real, try to find the best flour you can and use real sugar. It's never going to be the same. Just do the real thing.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're going to do cookies and treats, you might as well go all out, you know?
Yeah, I've learned my lesson. So like, it's been so many years trying to struggle like that. It's so nonsense. Just do the real thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I asked this. Our first guest this month was Chelsea, your partner in crime, the other half of the Twitch Women's Guild. So I asked her, and I'll ask you the same question too, just for funsies. If we were able to all get together, so I'm making up a number, like table for 1,000, all of us in the guild, what would you, if you're planning this, what would we be having? What's the spread?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is a really tough question. It depends. If it's to do with food,
Yeah.
that's like from my background that I'd want to share with everybody, I'd probably pick something like shabu shabu, because you can probably find something for everyone. And it's not just about eating the food, but it's also like the experience. I feel like any sort of hot pot is like a really cool experience, and like cooking your own food and experimenting with how you like to eat it, with what sauces and all that. I just think it would, and it's usually like a communal thing, like shabu shabu is usually a communal thing. So I feel like something like that would be fun, because it not only like shares a little bit of like my background, but it's also really good food. and it's kind of like there's something for everybody there. Like if you're a meat eater, like you can eat meat. If you are more into vegetables, like there's that for you too. Or noodles, like
Yeah.
I feel like that would be really good, a really good like something to share with people.
That would be fun. And you're absolutely right about that. It is very much any kind of hot pot is very communal thing. So very fun. So there, it's not only just like you're eating, but you're having like conversation, laughing, goofing off, maybe drinking, things like that.
You would have to have all the little side stuff too. So like an assortment of Japanese pickles, like an assortment of like little appetizer dishes. Like I'm thinking of like, I don't know, like maybe assorted tempura, or, you know, whatever, takoyaki, I don't know, takoyaki or whatever it might be, just like a communal thing, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's fun. Yeah. And what would dessert look like?
Dessert, God, I really want to say just like mochi, all mochi. I don't know. I think there's some really great like ice creams that aren't readily available, like green tea ice cream, red bean ice cream. that might be fun to share, especially after like a hot meal.
Yeah.
Have like cool ice cream. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else. And then I just feel like mochi is always a really good choice too. That's a really good question. The
So
red bean ice cream is real good. Yeah. Yeah. Green
I do
tea.
miss having a good version of that. The red bean
Mhm.
and the matcha.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do miss that. So we would have that and then the mochi. And then are we also going to have like a take-home gift of your cookies?
Sure. I will make thousands of them for everybody.
Yeah.
Sure.
Um, oh, you know, I wasn't sure. Was there growing up, was there so specifically on the Japanese side of your heritage, was there like a special celebration or like a religious ancestral event or something, where there's like a very, very, very specific type of food? Did you guys do that in your household?
No.
Okay.
Not so much. We just anytime that we got together, we ate all the food we could.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
whatever. Although, there is for the new year, there's definitely like
Mm,
specific things, like specific foods you eat to bring in good luck and good fortune for the new year.
yeah.
Like or fertility for the new year or whatever. So there's like certain things, like there's something called kazunoko, which is a type of roe. Um, I want to say it's maybe herring roe, that is traditionally eaten on the new year. There's also some other things. There's like a very specific bean that you eat. There's these like little smelt fish that you eat. And they're usually just eaten for the new year. If you go to like any Japanese market as you're getting close to January 1st, like you'll see little boxes of the foods that they'll sell in like a pack. And so I usually just pick up like a real small one and then I just eat a little bit of everything before the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's just more of like a tradition thing, not anything that's like if we can get together and we can celebrate, then we do. But that's probably the only thing that I've taken part in.
I was trying to get
Um,
this picture uh, of the row that you mentioned because that is so
Kazunoko.
unique. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, is it herring? Oh yeah, it's Pacific herring. Very salty. Extremely, extremely salty, but
There we go. Finally,
very good.
this guy
Yeah.
right here.
Mhm.
And so this is for fertility to eat on New Year.
Yes, that one is for fertility.
Okay, okay, yeah. Because we're used when we say like the roe, it's like the salmon roe, the red
Mhm.
huge beads of the eggs. But this one I have never
These
seen.
are these are really, really small. And sometimes they have like sometimes they put seaweed in the center of it. So the
Ah,
kombu in the middle. Um so sometimes you'll see it with like a little black line in the middle and that's seaweed.
oh, I see. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So
then
that's kind of that's like really the only thing. But other than that, not so much, just
so for
any
more New
chance to.
Year.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is your final, like, what if there was a one last must have meal or treat? What would that be for you? And it could be multiple things, of course.
Uh Sushi. 1,000%.
Yeah.
Like specifically like sitting at a sushi bar and ordering as I go and like having that experience. Because you can get sushi anywhere and you can like pick it up and take it home, but like having it made right then and there and eating it immediately, like there is nothing like that. Like it tastes so different even after it's been sitting for a little while. So it's like it's getting made and it's like set on your plate and you eat it right away. Like that there is my favorite.
Thank you for
That would
sharing
be
that because I
that would be
never,
my last meal.
yeah, thought of it in that way. When you originally mentioned that, yeah, you like to go to your favorite place, your spot. and you order as you go. I never think to do that when it comes to sushi. That's really great. Yeah,
Yeah,
that you
because
have to soak up the experience too.
yeah, and it's really important to like have like it's so much the taste and the texture is so different when when it's like made right then and there and like you eat it right away.
Hmm.
Um and also like the interaction with the sushi chef and like I do partake in a drink or two when I'm at the sushi bar. Usually it's like a cold beer and a hot sake. And like being able to enjoy some drinks with the food and with really good company is like one of my favorite things in the whole world. It's like super fulfilling and comforting for me. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I look forward to you having many of those experiences, particularly in Japan, because I know I just by looking at other people's pictures, there's just a plethora of places like that. These little beautiful, like really old bars that are like that, are little tiny
Mhm.
restaurants that you can do that with like the locals
Mhm.
and having that really wonderful conversation and like maybe your 80-year-old sushi chef making the sushi for you as you go. Wow.
Yeah, and I think that there's like an interaction between you and the sushi chef that's like really important too. Um that's kind of like hard to explain what that's like, but being able to like converse and like talking to the person who's making your food and then being able to talk to the person who's eating their food and being able to get a feel for what I like and what I respond to and, like, my facial expressions when I eat it is, like, makes it a better experience for me because then they're able to kind of cater some of the dishes to maybe what I like, which you don't get that in a normal restaurant, right?
Hmm.
You never most of the times, you don't even see the chef at all, right? So, it's a much different experience when you're able to be face to face with the person who's making your food. It's a much deeper experience and connection that way, um, that I think makes for a a better, culinary, like, experience. I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I knew of that, like, just watching like Jiro Dreams to Sushi and all these
Mhm.
other movies. But until you just mentioned that, I didn't think in the perspective of like the chef just literally sitting there waiting for you to eat because he's watching your facial expression and going with the flow. He doesn't
Mhm.
have a solid permanent plan as to what he's going to make next. He's trying to cater to your palate too.
Mhm.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So, that would definitely
Mhm.
be my last meal. If I was like, "Okay, this smell," that would be it right there.
Wow, that's really beautiful because it's everything. It's the
Mhm.
experience and the food. So now that a lot of sci-fi is becoming very much nonfiction and very much a reality for us, and
Mhm.
we're exponentially experiencing that, especially now. So we already have it. We already have like prosthetics that connect neurally, so people are able to move their fingers, and also we will. I mean, it's just a matter of like when, not if, but when we do have the option to merge robotically, start replacing parts and things like that. I know that's super complex, or the most complex would be transferring consciousness, right? Truly into a
Mhm.
fresh body. So I ask this of everyone, if in that circumstance you do have the option as far as fuel, because everything in nature requires some kind of fuel, would you still want to have the option so your fresh body, would you want to be able to still experience eating or no eating? Like,
Oh
no, not efficient.
oh, 1,000%. I love food. I find I find a real comfort with food. because I do think it's really shaped a lot of who I am. Um, and I have found that it's connected me with people as well. Like the even like with my own family, being able to connect over food was like so important because I'm pretty close to my family and like for the most part, like we got along and we like I had a really good child and a lot of that was through food or going out to dinner to a sushi restaurant or enjoying chasuke with my dad. And so and I do find a lot of, I get really excited when I'm, like, going to go treat myself and go out to a nice dinner with, like, my cousin or something and try a new restaurant or try a new cuisine or something that I've never tried before. Like, it's a type of adventure for me and a journey for me that I, really find fulfillment in. So, I would be really upset if I couldn't eat anymore. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can look at food as, like, just being, like, sustenance, just fuel, but I think there's so much more that goes behind it because when you make food, like, so much food is made with love and is made with emotion, and, like, that translates when you're eating it, right? Like, so much of my mom's food, I just felt her love in it, and I felt her love through it, and so now when she tells me like, "I wanna cook for you," I'm just like, it makes me feel so good because I know that that love is coming through.
That's really beautiful. Yeah, thank you for sharing that because when you were sharing that, I was thinking back to the previous question, how you answered it. Because, like, again, you just gave me a truly a fresh new perspective regarding that. Like, I'm like, how many times have I experienced it? But I never thought of it from their perspective. Maybe because I just feel so awkward, like somebody's watching me eat right now. I don't know how to act. But because you shared that and your mom
Mhm.
about that's how they express love and that's what makes them happy is like seeing your reaction to the food and your enjoyment
Mhm.
of the food.
Yeah. I just think that when you like food is a form of art, right? I mean, I truly believe that food is a form of art. Like so much that we do that isn't traditionally art is art. Like cooking is a form of art and you put emotion and your feelings and yourself into it. Especially when you're trying something new or you're feeding someone else or, and you can look at the world like that. So much of what we do really is a form of art. So it just doesn't feel right to say like, would you want to take that completely away? You know? Um,
Yeah, agreed.
and to experience a form of creativity, so yeah, I would never if I had the option, I would never ever give up food. Never. I couldn't do it. I love it too
Yeah.
much.
And like your beautiful, beautiful picture that you painted for us of the sushi chef, I was indeed thinking of it like, yeah, that is actually art because he's improving right now. Like he's
Mhm.
like waiting for your reaction to know what to do next. And that is like art right there. He hasn't planned it, like it's not a solid plan. He has the
Mhm.
basics, but he's watching for you, how you
Yep.
react. And Meadow
Yeah.
says you can 100% taste the difference in food made with love. Yeah. Um, any, oh, here's just like a fun, silly one.
Okay. I'm ready.
Because you are indeed a gamer, I see all of you all as like a pro gamer compared to me. What is your cliche e-gamer girl snack? Do you have something that you like to grab?
Oh. Um, we actually have kind of a joke on my stream that I'm like a granola bar person. It's really funny because um not so much anymore, but at one point when I would do speed runs,
Mhm.
I would like stop halfway through and it's like, okay, I need to go grab a snack, a granola bar. And so we have speed run bingo where one of my moderators um in partnership with one of my viewers, actually built like a bingo website, like a bingo card,
Mm-hmm.
so that people can play bingo as I'm speedrunning, because I'm playing the same game over and over and over again, and it's probably pretty boring. So we made bingo. So we play bingo while I'm speedrunning, and one of the squares is like Coco gets a granola bar, and I that was my snack. I would go get a granola bar. So I guess that, I don't know. Um, but I also, it's the granola bar, and then I also almost always have a kombucha on stream. That's one of the things that I'm always drinking, is a kombucha,
Yeah.
because I love kombucha.
Yeah,
So
I do like a good kombucha without the added sugar.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the hard part, is finding one without the added sugar.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple out there that are really good about that, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Have you found that kombucha helps with what you would call like a food coma? So after, if you've eaten something super heavy and it's just a little much for your system to process right when you're getting sleepy, I notice if I take just a few gulps, you don't have to need a lot, it will help clear that up, like your gut flora, like wake you up again.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never had kombucha after a meal,
Okay.
but ginger I have, which I think
Ooh, good for digestion.
does similar things for your digestive system. Anything for gut health, I'm about. I'm about, like,
Yeah.
taking care of your gut health is so important, because it has so much to do with like your energy levels and like your overall health. So like I'm all for kombuchas. I'm all for like high fiber, all of that. So
Yeah.
and ginger is one of those things that I do eat a lot of. And it's real common to see in Japanese food too. Like, they
Mm-hmm.
even give you ginger with your sushi. So, but I've never had kombucha after a meal. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, specifically, I notice it has always been consistent over the years. So if I
Mhm.
eat a carbo loaded so much and it's calorie dense, I'm like, oh my God, I'm sleepy, but I don't want to sleep right now. A couple gulps of the kombucha and whew, I feel like normal again.
Huh.
Yeah. So any final wisdom that you'd like to impart with us that you've learned so far in your
Um,
life?
no, I think that, like, when it comes to food, I always encourage people to try things, even if they think they're not gonna like it, and keep an open mind. So many people that I've come across have, maybe don't have a wide palate, and they look at, like, the food that I eat, they're like, "There's no way I could eat that." But I'm always like, "Try it, like, you never know." Um, like, my partner, for example, you know, h never really tried a lot of the foods that I eat, and I absolutely adore him for this, is that he, is always open to trying something at least once, and we found so many things that he never would have thought he liked, just because he tried them, and so now, like, now he wants Japanese food all the time, which is awesome. But yeah, and so I just, like, encourage people to at least try things, get outside your comfort zone too, because, like, it's always great to grow. And whenever you're comfortable, you're not growing. So I'm always like, take a risk and try something new. And that includes with food too, because there's some really, really amazing things out there that sometimes we have to search for, because especially if we're kind of like our own little bubble, like, we might not know of a really good restaurant that's right outside of it, or a really good place to go shopping that's right outside of it. And I just encourage people to learn about other cuisines and other cultures, because I think that when we learn about each other, like, we kind of move forward together to make this world a little bit of a better place. I know we kind of touched on it earlier, but some foods may feel weird to some people, and as we've kind of seen in our world today, when people are different or things are different, um, sometimes there's this, like, shift towards, like, turning your back on that thing versus embracing it. And I would love to be in a world where we can just embrace each other's backgrounds. So, food is definitely, like, a big part of that too. So if there's something that you're not sure about, like, try it. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
like it, you don't like it. You try something else next time. So I guess that's my wisdom.
Well said. Thank you so much, Coco. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for your time. the generosity of your stories, and
Yeah.
teaching
Thanks
us
for
so
having me.
many
This
new
was so
things.
fun. This
Oh, I'm
was
so glad to hear.
so fun. Yeah, I love talking about food, and I love talking
Mhm.
about Japanese food, and this is a really cool thing, Velvet. I'm really glad that you're doing this because I just think this is a really cool idea. So I hope you keep doing
Thanks for the
supper
fun-filled
stories
Q&A and
with
food
people
chat.
because it's really fun. It was really cool when you did Ultrasauruses too. Because Ultrasaurus is mixed race like me. And
Yes.
so when I was watching, there was so much that she was talking about that like really resonated with me. I'm like, oh yeah, like I get it. Like that was, that was me.
Mhm.
That was like that's what I went through. And so being able to like see someone else that's like you talk about their experiences is also like really important. So I just letting you know that episode like really resonated with me. So
Wow,
keep
I'm
doing this.
so
This is
happy to
awesome.
hear.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, or I'm sorry, I was like, should I say something? I don't know. But you mentioned that your experience was the more common one that I would imagine is that you're the other. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Come on now. I think that's what Helga did that on her own. Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Nobody did that. Okay, it's actually not chat's fault. God dang it. We're trying to get deep here. Jesus Christ. You mentioned that you experienced like other Caucasian kids. You're not white enough. What are you? And all the slurs. But I didn't ever think about Ultrasaurus's what she experienced is that our own me,
Mhm.
other Asian kids making fun of her like, don't ever speak Chinese again.
Mhm.
What are you?
Mhm.
So what you guys experience is like that limbo, like you're not this or that. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. It is a little tough. Like definitely your identity is something that you have to figure out on your own and what you're like how you're comfortable with expressing yourself and like you don't own anything. And it's hard for kids. It's like really hard for kids because you want to fit in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be liked by your peers. You don't want people making fun of you. So like when you're a kid, it's a completely different story because it's hard. It's hard being a child, especially when you are um the marginalized person and
Mm-hmm.
like you're the minority, right? I as an adult, I have tried to connect more with, my Japanese side and all of that, but ultimately, like my identity and how I am is ultimately up to me. Like I don't owe anybody anything. I don't know anybody like to be this Japanese or to be this Caucasian. Like I don't owe that to anybody. Um I'm very proud of my background. I'm very proud of how I grew up and do I wish that I had more of certain things? Sure, of course, but like ultimately um I'm fine the way that I am. And honestly, I think that my background is pretty cool. I got multiple experience from different backgrounds. Like, how cool is that? Like, I got to eat not only amazing Japanese food growing up, but I also got to eat amazing Italian food growing up. You know, like I was spoiled. That's awesome. That's a great way to grow up with really amazing food. And so, but yeah, I do understand that part of it is like it's really really tough when you're expected to fill a certain role or you're expected to fill certain shoes. And I could literally talk about this for hours and hours and hours, especially with
Mm-hmm.
and you can probably relate, like especially with Asian cultures, like there are expectations. There's kind of like this underlying unspoken rule about certain things, like what you said is like a really great example is, what you're saying, like your diet, like no, you're gonna eat what I what I put on the table, right? Um, and especially being like a woman, in in that type of environment too. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's very different. Like the role of the woman is very different in different cultures, and so there's like a lot to unpack there. But I mean, ultimately, I'm very proud of where I came from and how I grew up, and we do go through that struggle, and I completely understand where Ultrasaurus is coming through because I did have a lot of those moments growing up.
Mhm.
You know, especially because I didn't quite look white, but I didn't quite look Japanese. Like I was kind of this I don't know, this anomaly in a way, I guess. Um, but and there's a lot of like microaggressions and things that go along with
Yes.
that too, right?
Mhm.
Especially, the amount of times I've been told like you're so exotic looking and I'm like, okay, but I'm not a plant, I'm not a plant, I'm a human being, right?
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
it's because I don't look traditionally Japanese. I don't look traditionally white. Um, or you get like, well, the what kind of Asian are you? And like just things that are just like not very tasteful or savory in general.
Mhm.
Like you get a lot of that growing up, and you do your best to educate people too. Like if you have like the bandwidth and the spoons to be able to educate people.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's not easy, but you learn how to deal with it. You learn how to address it, and um ultimately, you don't owe anybody anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I really 1,000% relate to what you're what you mentioned. So I feel like you're holding back a lot. So
I am, because
however you like to go. Mhm.
I don't want this to get into, like a social justice,
Oh,
conversation or a political conversation or anything like that, but
sure.
there are
Mhm.
certain, like different cultures have certain gender roles,
Yeah,
um, and some of them are archaic, right? Some of them are archaic and are
definitely.
very well, let's be real, like, gender roles are archaic in general, um but that's something that's really tough when you are in a household with very, very, very two different backgrounds that have different views on things too. Finding yourself is definitely can be a challenge,
Mhm.
but that's just something to think about, I guess.
Yeah.
um there's the people who deal with like the racism and the discrimination because they are, of a certain race or, um, a certain gender or whatever. And then you have like someone that's like me who's like kind of a mixture of a lot of things, and you just don't really know. You're kind of like being pulled in a million directions. You don't really know where to go sometimes, but um, you figure it out. You learn as you go. You try and be a better person than what people are showing to you, because you can be faced with a lot of nastiness sometimes. And I always just try to be so much better than that. And I try to say, like, how can I make myself better? How can I show up better? How can I develop myself to be a better person and to help others understand why these types of things are not okay? Like saying these types of things are not okay, like you are exotic or, whatever it might be. Um and it's a hard fight, but it's and if I can do it, like it's worth doing, cuz we need to work towards a better future for all marginalized people. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
I was going to say that it was actually on one of Meadows' collaboration. I think it was during the holiday raid train
Mhm.
that I heard of Ultrasaurus mentioning about the bullying. So what I'm saying is that going back to what you're mentioning here, so because of the Twitch Women's Guild, I'm meeting so many more wonderful creators. Oh God. Okay, I might accidentally cry. Sorry. I can already feel it
No.
oncoming. So okay, straightening my thoughts here. So because of that, And you mentioned the subservient, like, or I feel like you were trying to touch on that. And absolutely, my upbringing, I couldn't even laugh in my house, like with my parents. That's how strict they were. Because if I was giggling or laughing or being silly, I would get hit. So anyway, that's how that was. A lot of mental and true physical abuse. So anyway, fast forwarding, so throughout my life, I've been, angry or that super polar opposite, which would be like in public, if someone were to say something like in your case for you, it's like, wow, you're so exotic. For me, if someone said something to me, I just wouldn't know how to react. I just wouldn't be able to speak up for myself. And because of that, being taught to be subservient, quiet, don't be confrontational as a female. So anyway, fast forward until now. You also mentioned like you felt like you're being pulled in different directions because figuring out yourself. I don't see that in you, meaning like I feel like maybe everyone else in the Twitch Women's Guild, again, I'm just speaking for myself. I see you and the others, especially you and Chelsea, like you all are so confident. I don't.
Oh
So
my
just so you know, I see you as fully formed, but so much more to go.
I'm
And
fully
so
evolved.
confident. Yeah.
I'm a fully evolved Pokemon.
And then secret levels will get unlocked as you go, just
There
as
we go.
how life goes, more experience. But I don't see that in you. That's not I don't think how we see you all. So just so you can hear that.
Well, thank you. I think that we learn sometimes to mask even when we don't feel our best or we feel that imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And honestly, I did not really figure out who I was as a person until I started streaming on Twitch. I was so lost before I came to Twitch because I was trying to fit into a role. And this isn't with like my family, just in general, into a role that I felt I needed to fill. I needed to be at a quote unquote normal job, and I had to make a certain salary, and it had to be conventional, and it had to be planned, and it has to be, and I realized that just like wasn't for me, and I took this chance on coming to Twitch, and I felt like I could be who I was, and I was accepted for who I was, and I could do the things that made me happy and fulfilled me, and I was able to dedicate my time to myself, my health, my hobbies like music, which I absolutely love, and I found like a place where I felt comfortable because all my other jobs and all the other things I did before this, my endeavors, I guess, my journey, everywhere that I ended up never felt right. Um, and I came to Twitch and I've really done a lot of self-discovery on what what makes my life worth living. Like what is making me get up in the morning and saying my life is rad, and I wake up in the morning and I still can't believe I have an incredible community that allows me to do this. I can share my interests and the things that I care about and the things that I'm passionate about, and people care about that. Um it's just this platform has done incredible things for me, and it did really help me find my confidence and my voice. I was so quiet before Twitch. I was a wallflower. I didn't now you can't shut me up. you know and I'm very loud, but it's because I feel comfortable being myself here. And I couldn't say that before, and so that's what I love about this platform too. So I really appreciate you saying that, because I have found confidence in this platform, but we have our bad days too. I'm sure we all have them where we're like the imposter syndrome and feeling like we don't belong, but I think that's just being human, and that's being, you know, um having emotions. And but I appreciate you saying that. It's very it feels like very big shoes to fill when you know you're leading such an incredible group of content creators, very extremely talented, intelligent streamers on the platform, like people that I've looked up to for years and years. And that's a big task. It's an incredible task, but it's a big one. And I'll all I can do is just like do my absolute best and put my heart and soul into doing what I can to uplift women on the platform. And it really is an honor to lead such an incredible group of people in the Women's Guild. Um, but it is big shoes to fill.
I can only imagine. Thank you for sharing that, because I always thought that maybe up until sometime the end of last year, so 23, I felt that it was even silly to think of literally what you just said, because I was thinking that for myself too. I think Chelsea asked me this the first one of this month. So before this, exactly as you were saying, because I think we have that there's this little piece of the culture that's very similar, very quiet, always trying to, or I thought that because of my Asian culture, I thought that serious job, salary, or what are people going to think about you? And I was just so when the pandemic hit, I was in the darkest, like literally darkest moment of my adult life. So I was just watching Twitch, and there are a couple of things that inspired me, and I was like, well, I guess you know what, nothing else to lose right now. So give it a go, give it a try. Anyway, as you were saying, is that yeah, I thought it was so silly to even utter these words out aloud, that I didn't find myself until here, until freaking Twitch and my toxic but loving community, because it's the only place here that has allowed me to be this fullest, silliest, most truly fullest version of myself. And I constantly like figure out new things about myself, because we get to exercise this creativity and do what you want,
Yeah.
And I am that self-discovery part, just like you, what you mentioned. I'm so grateful. And I felt embarrassed last year, I think, when I thought about it. I think it hasn't been until recently, like from the wintertime until now, where I don't feel as embarrassed of myself. Like if someone were to discover this in my world, or to like ask, or you have these imaginary conversations with yourself of like scenarios, but they're not real. Who's going to ask? Who cares? So I'm really grateful for this and constant self-discovery too. And I am so miserable with my day job, so I'm trying to find a way to do content creation. And because of this, I took that leap, because last year was my first time actually going to New York to shoot models. And it was something that I've always wanted to do with fashion photography. And before all of that, I always thought that I was way too old to start something new. And it's because of this that gave me that confidence to do that. All the time I was like making excuse, like it's too late for me. I'm too old to jump into something new. I have to think of something serious so I can have dignity,
Yeah.
So anyway, but regarding this, with supper stories, and again, you all that have agreed, I was saying, I think to Meadow and Nurse Huckleberry, is that when you all from the Twitch Women's Guild said yes. I felt like a kid on Christmas morning, like, oh, they said yes. Oh my God, I have guests. Oh my God. So I felt so happy because this is something new that I too am literally in the middle of discovering, that I really, maybe like when you get older, it is true. Like you start to like history a little bit more. I don't know, but I am discovering that I really am trying to have a little bit more compassion with my parents and overlook the things that happened, and trying to look at it from a perspective of like compassion and like, and seeing what they went through to get to America, and just only looking at that part. So I'm so interested in like learning about other people's stories and their food, because it's always about the food. It's the easiest entryway to learn about someone else's culture,
Yeah.
especially if it's something that's like real hot right now and you might not like them, or the rest of the world might not like them, but you might enjoy their food, to have a bit of more understanding and compassion in that way. So this, I'm discovering that I really want to talk to more people, because especially the senior citizens, because they have these completely different childhood that you and I would have. We're going to lose them. We're going to lose those stories because they come from a whole different era. Or like a garbage man or a coroner. I want to talk to a coroner. Like all these weird odd jobs, well, not odd jobs, but just the unseen people too, or veterans, and hearing like, what did they grow up with, and what were they eating in war? Or I don't know, maybe someone in jail. What are you eating? Just like really just the human connection. So I'm discovering this too. So truly thank you for sharing
Thank
yourself
you for
with
having
us.
me. This was awesome. This was super fun. Thank you.
Yeah. And thank you for leading the Twitch Women's Guild with Chelsea,
Aw.
because I was saying to everyone earlier, like in so many times already, that I would have never discovered you or Moodles or Nurse Huckleberry, Meadow. We already knew because of the ASMR community. And I thought that in my world with my lady friends, it was more of like passive aggressive. Like I always thought like, oh, they're my friends. But in actuality, because they were Korean, they constantly spoke Korean. And I didn't understand, but they would like snicker and like giggle. They were not really my friends in the end. So that was my experience with other, females. So getting into the ASMR category, discovering Meadow and all the wonderful other creators there, I saw the loving thing that they would do for each other, constantly raid, especially like smaller channels or new people. And I was like, wow, this is so loving. These are strangers. And then now with the Twitch Women's Guild, it's another level. Like you and Chelsea and everyone else, like Meadow. That's why I specifically mentioned that holiday raid train, and that's how I discovered Ultrasaurus, because of these collaborations. You all are so supportive in making sure that you promote an atmosphere, an environment of like love. It's warmth. And when you experience that, then you also want to share that same and reciprocate that and help it exponentially grow and help others discover if they came from a different experience like me. Like the girls were just so like dog eat dog, zero sum type of thing. Yep. Or sometimes people think like you have to step on others in order to uplift yourself. But it's not just one way. There's this other more beautiful way too.
And I think that really is the result of the way that our society works, where quite often the people in power like to pit the marginalized people against each other. And that includes women too, where you even see in some of the conversations on Twitch about like some of the content that's on Twitch, where it's like, you know, people trying to pit women against other women, like, oh, but like these certain women are stealing your views or this. I'm like, no, like that's not it at all. Like there's no reason for any of us to be in competition with each other at all. Like there's so many resources and opportunities and things to go around. Like we can all have a piece of the pie, and the way that we all get a piece of the pie is that we work together to get it, not
Mm-hmm.
fighting against each other. And that's why the Women's Guild has been such an incredible success, is because you have all of these women and femme creators coming together and uplifting each other, and you're seeing the impact. You're seeing the results, the positive results of the collaboration and the camaraderie and the amount of waves that we can make as a group together, uplifting each other. And I think that people are so used to women are so used to being kind of put into this ring to fight each other, when we're not even fighting against the thing that we want to fight it against. We're not fighting against the oppression and the obstacles and the lack of resources for us and the lack of opportunities for us. Like we're worried about the wrong thing. And that's why I love the Women's Guild, is because I feel like we've all just sort of like realigned to this one mission to really get great representation on and off the not even just on Twitch, just in general. Like I want to see more women on stage at events. I want to see more women hosting esports tournaments. Like I want to see more women in leadership positions at big companies, you know? That's like my big goal. It's like I want to see
Yeah.
more, you know. But shoot for the stars, right? And so, you know, but you've seen it growing up, like the cattiness, like when you're a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and the cliques in high school and all of those things that we experience as children is like really a symptom and a symptom of the bigger problem, which is how women are treated in our society today. And if we're fighting amongst ourselves, then we can't fight against the things that are really oppressing us. So, the Women's Guild has like completely proven that when we work together, we can build a better future for us on this platform and off. So very, very proud of all that we've accomplished, and so proud of every single member and all of the stuff that they've done this last year. It's been incredible to see, like above and beyond anything I could have ever imagined. And I will scream from the rooftops every single day for every single member of the Women's Guild, because they deserve it. So
Yeah. Thank you so much. And hi, Nasir, and also Ultra Stars. Nasir was going to do it with us this month too, but I saw she got so busy with like the chess. I think she's so cool with that because I suck so bad.
I'm terrible at chess. Yeah, maybe you can teach us.
Yeah, but we'll get more people, and Meadow too. But I was gonna say something that, oh God, okay, fine, okay. I don't know the exact lore, so sorry if there's like maybe negatives about this world. Have you seen what is Gal Gadot? Love her look, but Wonder Woman, the latest movie where it was just about like, I guess the origin of them. I forgot what it was called. Anyway, my point is that's how I see you all.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
what you built, like this little village. Yeah, last time we said the saying, it takes a village to raise like kids, like because all the ladies, the grandmas, doesn't matter if it's not your kid, we're all gonna help. That's how I see this as. And so like a more like like a fantasy, not fantasy, like wow, I'm fantasizing, meaning like so that's like a more down to earth example. But if like a movie example, that's how I see it. It's like all these like wonderful, super talented, super cool, intelligent creators, and it's like this Wonder Woman world, and we're all helping each other, and there's not like competition, stepping on each other, fighting it. That's not how it works, you know. That's not the only way. So all coming together like a village. a village of ladies, and then helping everybody.
Because when one of us wins, we all win.
Yeah.
Like when we have someone, when we see representation, if someone gets an opportunity and there is femme representation in an event, on a stage, like that benefits all of us.
Yeah.
Because seeing women in leadership positions on stages in the spotlight is not normalized. It's not often. We don't see it. So, and so it's really great when we're seeing wins, because it really does mean it's helping the entire platform to be more diverse and inclusive. So yeah, I completely agree with that.
Thank you so much, Coco. You've given us so much, you and Chelsea, for literally taking your time. It's like the whole saying, blood, sweat, tears. In addition to you growing your own world and continuing to develop yourself and what you're doing, and the musician side of you, the personal growth side of you, the creative side of you, helping people discover games, and your speedrunning side, in addition to all of that. And you're so selflessly like helping us get seen with the Twitch Women's Guild.
I don't know. I don't. I appreciate that, but I don't see it like that. The way I see it is that we are getting people, women, and femmes the recognition that they've been deserving this whole time. And and we're not even there yet. You know what I mean? Like we're not even where do we want to be, but everybody who's in the guild has deserved the resources, the opportunities, the visibility this whole time, so we're just helping get there. That's all. Yeah. Thank you. You're so nice to me.
Well, this is our only opportunity. Well, you know what I mean? Like to really talk to you one-on-one, and we just had to say that because you are we started off with Chelsea, which was it's like a sandwich. It's perfect. Start off with one of the two, the guild leaders, and the end of Women's History Month, close it up with the second one.
Well,
and of course,
it's an honor. It's an honor to be here, and it really is an honor to be a guild leader, to be surrounded by such incredible talent. I am so fortunate and so lucky to be inspired every single day. There's always someone that's doing something incredible, and so I really feel like I thank you all as well for teaching me to be better and showing me how to show up better, and inspiring me to do better work in my job. Like it goes both ways. Like it's not a one-way street, for sure. Yeah.
Thank you. It's been such a pleasure with you, Coco.
I know we probably went way over time, but I talk a lot. So.
No, don't worry. I was just more worried, like, oh God, I have to make sure that you don't feel obligated to stay longer than you want to. So
No. This was wonderful. I've never done anything like this. This was my first time doing something like this. So you showed me something new, which is awesome. We love new experiences. So thank you. Thank you for letting me share my stories. And I'm happy to answer any other questions, or just, I don't think anybody in chat has any questions, but yeah.
Anyone have any questions? But in the meantime, can you tell the people when are your when do you usually stream, and anything else about yourself?
Yeah, I stream usually 4 times a week. This month has been a little wild because of Women's History Month. Lots of stuff going on. But it should start getting back to normal. I usually stream Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific. And I do right now I'm doing a lot of speed runs. And I'm probably going to start Tears of the Kingdom here soon, so that's kind of what's on the list. But I'm speedrunning A Link to the Past, and I'm speedrunning Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle 2, which is a really old Game Boy game.
Oh wow. What was the game you
So
were playing? Was it yesterday? I lurked as I was working.
was it? I did
Or
do a
recently.
speed run yesterday, and then I did Metroid Dread.
Okay, that's the one that sounds familiar. Okay.
Yeah, Metroid Dread. I completed that yesterday. I finished it. I beat the
Oh
game.
wow.
So we're moving on to something else. I don't know what that's gonna be. Probably Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, they had the question that you already answered. The Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle too.
Crazy Castle 2. It's such a weird, obscure, like random game, but it's super fun. I'm having a really good time learning. I'm learning the speed run right now, so it's been really fun.
We unless they're sleeping like sweet baby angels. They were asking, "Where's Boogs?"
Oh, Bugs. He's probably sleeping somewhere because this is usually my stream time, so he's usually sleeping until I'm done. I don't think. Come here.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. It's not Bugs, but I have the other one.
the tuxedo.
Hi. This is Nugget.
Oh my god.
She's not happy with me right now.
Look at her eyes. The attitude.
I'll let you go. She is not happy with me. She had really bad angry tail. Like her tail was like wagging underneath.
Oh.
That was Nugget.
Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. We could
She
feel the attitude in the eyes.
Yeah, she was a rescue. I rescued her at, we think she was about 3 years old, but she was super, super feral. Very wild. And I just worked with her until she became comfortable with me. And she is really gentle, but she is sassy. She will throw a hiss at you sometimes. But she will never scratch you, bite you. Like, she's really, really good. But she will let you know when she's not having it.
Yeah. Is she good with others too? Since
She's pretty Bugs and her, they don't really cuddle or anything. She wants to be his friend. He does not want to be her friend. Bugs is like, I want nothing to do. They won't fight or anything really, but they just stay away from each other. So I don't know where Bugs is. He's not
They're
here.
like my eggs and syrup situation. No touch.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I think there was a
Bugs
final.
he's sleeping at the moment. Frost said.
I don't know if it's a real question or not, but like, what kind of pie?
Oh,
What is
I
this?
really like pie. So
Oh my god, what kind of pie?
So it's kind of like this running joke that every time I get a personal best in a speed run, I get pie. I get rewarded with pie. My favorite pie is peach pie, but it has to be fresh peach pie. I also like fresh cherry pie, but I will never turn down a pecan pie either.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. You had me at cherry pie. My vices,
Yeah.
when I'm in my like pie mode, cherry or apple are mine.
Yeah, like there's this place that does like fresh cherry, like actual cherries. It's so good. It's the best. It's the best. It's so good. So
Wow. I'm glad we know that now. Yes.
yeah, peach pie is great. It's just really seasonal. Like it's a very seasonal pie, so you can't get it all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Any other questions? No more questions? I did talk a lot. I did share a lot. So,
We love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I really, really, really appreciate it. Had a
It's my
great
pleasure.
time, and can't wait to see more episodes of this in the future with whoever you collab with.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I know Nasir and Meadow wanted to do it. It's just this
Uh-huh.
month didn't work out because I know this month has been really busy for everyone.
Yeah,
And I'm
Women's
so happy
History
about
Month
that.
is
Hmm.
is spicy for sure.
Yeah.
But can't wait to see those episodes. That'll be
Yeah.
great.
Thank you so much, Coco. We will see you
Yeah. Thanks
very, very
everybody.
soon again.
Yeah.
Say bye to Coco, you guys.